Brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
Hot day and it's a long way back to my hometown. The radio on the hear is my friend Lizzie. Pretend that the voice counts for nothing amounts to anything until I hear it from you.
Frank, Hayes, Lauren, and Gibby. The Frangie Show starts now on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Gibby, where does this come from? What song is this? Because I'm curious, naturally.
You know, a lot of people ask us that, and I think it was just like a song that was created locally. I believe that's the story that Frank always tells. I don't know the specifics of it, but it's not like, I don't think you can really go Google it and find it, but it was a locally generated song, I believe.
Oh, I thought it was like a sitcom
That's
or
big
something.
time.
I
did too.
Yeah.
I did too, James.
I
thought it was like a 80s or 90s, like different strokes type of sitcom.
Sounds like one, yeah.
Well, just in case people were curious, I'm not Frank Frangie. I'm James Cole.
And I'm not Hayes Carline.
Yeah, and
I'm not Lauren Brooks.
Yeah, and Leo, if you're watching on Facebook Live, Leo Johnson is not Lauren Brooks. Leo Johnson is my 7-year-old stuffed animal. That's how we roll here. It's very lonely in the studio without my friend and colleague, Denny Thompson. But I'm glad you're feeling better, man. So,
I am. I'm feeling a lot better.
2 hours is tough, man. 2 hours is tough. But if you would have made me do 3 hours, I was taking a week off.
I felt miserable yesterday. For those that don't know, I'm in quarantine with coronavirus. Literally, I've repositioned a little bit where now I have a chair in my room with the window open, so I've got some fresh air. So that helps a little bit. But yeah, no, I'm feeling much better. Yesterday was rough, but today's pretty good. So it skews some coughs occasionally, but we should be ready to rock to wrap up 2020. Holy cow!
To quote our esteemed program director of one, Chad Jarvis Scott, do not bury the lead.
Right.
Were you really sick, or did Dan Mullen make you sick? Which one of those happened?
You know what? Honestly, I have tried while I've been. This isn't just a Florida thing. I'm glad you asked me that because this is where I want to start. I've been sitting here all week trying to watch these bowl games. James, they suck.
They do.
All of them.
They do.
I had no interest in that Florida game from jump. I actually got on this Netflix series. I didn't even want to get off of it, but I knew I had to do Gator Bites and this today. So all right, I got to watch it.
Speaking of which, before you get into that, Cobra Kai. I don't know if you watch it, but you must.
Yes.
Cobra Kai
Yes, I have. Yes.
Okay.
In fact, season 3 is about to come out, right?
Yes, I heard that.
Yes. No, I'm on a different MMA show right now that I'll tell you about in a minute. But anyway, all these games are awful.
Yes.
They're absolutely watching college football bowl games make you want to go to ABC Fine Wine and Spirit right now because it's the only way that these things can be even remotely entertaining. It's terrible football full of uninspired people. It's just nobody wants to be there.
Right.
And even the teams that only won 3 games, they don't want to be there. Tulsa don't want to be here. Nobody wants to be there.
The big part of the reason why is because of coronavirus and these restrictions, it's a lot different than when I played. I loved bowl games. Well, bowl games meant more. But the bigger thing about bowl games is you literally spent a week where you were wined and dined, and you got to be in an incredible city in an incredible hotel. I actually became a hotel snob because of bowl games. I stayed in not the Marriott Marquis because you can get those anywhere. The Diplomat Sheridan, in Ball Harbor. Had no idea what Ball Harbor was. I've never seen a Bentley before that point. It was just there was a mall with all the cool name stuff that I can't afford, that only Clemson football players can afford, it seems like. And it was just great. It was cool. But we had we were on the beach. The worst bowl game I had was the Gator Bowl. But the city's a lot different than it was in 2005. 2004, 2005. But now these guys are basically just traveling the day of the game. So there is no difference between they played 10 weeks. So week 12 in basically week 13. It's
well,
there's no
and the
break.
other thing, yeah, exactly. No, that's right. Because before you had those like 3 weeks off, right? Before
Right.
the bowl game.
You can reset.
And so you get your 7 bowl practices in, like all that. These guys are practicing 3 or 4 times. They go home for Christmas, come back. Who knows who's COVID? Who knows who isn't? 3 or 4 practices. Let's keep it moving. Let's go. And then the other big difference that nobody talks about is when you were playing, James, when the bowl game was over, then you had some downtime, and then you got back in the weight room, and then your spring ball rolled around somewhere in late March, early April, right?
Yeah, we were done the second week. Same as it is now. But yeah, we did mat drill. Mat drill started literally National Signing Day was on that Wednesday. That Thursday morning was when we started mat drills.
James, there's 12 Division I schools that are starting spring practice February 1st.
Well, you know why they're doing that, right?
No.
They're doing that just in case this happens again. A couple of years ago, JU did it on a FCS level, but they just started the spring practice the earliest you can get it done, and then did their offseason conditioning after that. But because imagine not getting in another spring.
No, I got you on that. But what I'm saying is you're asking these guys who have been through absolute hell the last, since July to go play. And this isn't a Florida thing. This is universal. So because I'm about to give mad props to Lincoln Riley because he flexed last night. But you're asking these guys that have just gone 6-7 months in this to go play a bowl game, to come back home, and in some cases, they're going to start spring practice in 4 weeks. That is absurd. It's absolutely absurd, and it's gotten out of control. Like, I don't know. What is the answer for the bowl games? Make them. I don't even care about seeing the seniors, man. Whatever. It's the start of the new season for all I care, if it's not the playoffs. I have no interest. I'm sitting here watching this Mississippi State Tulsa game, and it's awful. It's the whole thing's awful. I haven't seen a good bowl game yet.
But my thing is, if you really want, here's why. Let's start off with the why. And I'm going to start off before I go into the why. And I'm going to.
Now remember, we got to hit breaks on time on this show.
All right, when are the breaks?
Just remember that. So Gibby, you got to keep him there because Gibby, we will rock a 25-minute segment on you fast.
Let's take a break, and then we'll get on the other side, and I'm going to tell you why Danny Cannell is a freaking idiot.
You still there, Denny?
Oh, okay. That wasn't me. That was Denny. That was gone.
The Frangie Show, live from the Hastings Injury Law Firm Studios on 1010XL. Hit back with Hastings.
Follow the JU Dolphins on 1010XL.
It's time for Atlantic Sun Conference play. We tip off at Kennesaw State on New Year's Day and January 2nd. Friday night's game is at 6, Saturday's at 4. This is Tony Jasic letting you know you can catch all the action on 1010XL.
Subaru of Jacksonville on Atlantic is sharing more love during the Subaru Share the Love event. Subaru of Jacksonville has 0% financing on new Subarus, 90 days with no payments, big year-end savings. Plus, $500 donation with every new Subaru purchase, $250 from Subaru, and a match for $250 from Subaru of Jacksonville through January 4th. Experience the Subaru of Jacksonville difference. Dealer Rater's #1 Subaru dealer in the nation. Online at SubaruofJacksonville.com. Drive a Subaru. You'll buy a Subaru. See dealer website for full details.
When it's time to remodel your kitchen, I highly recommend my friends at the Kitchen and Flooring Design Center to view their extensive selection of Cambria quartz countertops. Lauren Brooks here, and that's exactly what I did. Cambria is American-made, durable, maintenance-free, stain-resistant, and just plain beautiful. Marble and granite are nice, but did you know that neither comes with a full lifetime warranty? The Kitchen and Flooring Design Center has friendly, experienced, and creative designers to help. Find the Kitchen and Flooring Design Center on Southside Boulevard across from Tinseltown or call them at 854-9985.
Regain your edge. The board-certified surgeons of OrthoEdge are practicing at St. Vincent's Riverside.
Hi, I'm Dr. Longnecker. If you have a sports injury or if you have knee, hip, or shoulder pain, let us at OrthoEdge help you regain your edge. We want you to get back to living life to your best. And we have patient-focused experience and technology to deliver the results. See one of our physicians today at OrthoEdge.
Now accepting new patients, visit orthoedge.com.
During the Happy Honda Day sales event, your local Honda dealer can make it a reality. Clearance pricing on all Honda models? Got it. Top dollar for your trade? Got it. Special financing? Got it. Going on now at your local Honda dealer. Don't miss this sales event. We are dealing.
Here around 1010XL, there are a couple things that you know we love. We love sports, and man, do we love to eat. And when it comes to eating, Daly's Dash is the perfect pit stop for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. They make their sandwiches with more meats and more cheeses, just the way we like them. And right now, on special, 2 piled high biscuits, 2 for just $5. Daly's also sources and roasts their own top quality coffee beans. Daly's Dash, because more is better.
Hey, Hicken here. By now you've heard me all talk about MyPillow and, man, how it's changed my life. I can't stop raving about them since I got one. They don't go flat. You can wash and dry them as many times as you want. They maintain that beautiful shape. They're made in the USA. If you don't have a MyPillow or know someone who does, now is the time to buy, because for a limited time, premium MyPillows, the one that started all, are offered for the lowest price ever. You get a standard queen premium MyPillow for $29.98. Originally $69.98. Folks, that's a $40 savings. Kings are only $5 more. Now is the time to buy. Not only are you getting the lowest price ever, but we're extending the 60-day money-back guarantee to March 1st, 2021. Go to MyPillow.com and click on the Radio Listener Square and use promo code 1010XL. There you'll find not only this amazing offer, but also deep discounts on all the MyPillow products, including the Giza Dream bed sheets, the MyPillow mattress topper, and MyPillow towel sets. Don't forget, use promo code 1010XL and get MyPillow today.
This is Hayes Carline for Spicklemeyer Insurance Agency. John Spicklemeyer knows about protection, is the best offensive lineman to ever come out of Jacksonville. He's always taken that O-line pride in his protection, from being the city's Player of the Year at Bowls to playing for Notre Dame. John has always gotten the job done for those who depend on him, and he'll do that for you, like he has me. John Spicklemeyer is my agent. Call John today at 471-7155 for all your insurance needs. That's Spicklemeyer Insurance Agency, protecting what's most important to you. Call John today at 471-7155.
Contractors need concrete demoed and hauled off? Get that concrete the plunk out of there. Call Plunk's Concrete Recycling and Demo. We want to recycle that clean concrete and have a storage yard to take it on. Need a pump truck or concrete can? We rent them. Now hiring equipment operators and construction superintendents. Plunk's Concrete Recycling and Demo, 924-0006. Or online at CustomConcreteJacks.com. That's CustomConcreteJacks.com. Get that concrete the plunk out of there.
I'm Hayes Carline. I'm not a lawyer, but I play one on radio. Listen to my closing argument, presented by the personal injury law firm of Harrell & Harrell, weekdays on The Frangie Show. It's like Matlock, but meaner and about football.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a medical professional who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information.
Listen, guys, we're told we're not supposed to feel down or stressed or depressed or anxious. We're supposed to stuff it all down and act like everything's okay, right? But the truth is, it's not so great sometimes, is it? 4Hims can help. At 4Hims.com, you can connect with licensed psychiatry providers. And with a convenient video chat and evaluation, they can decide if medication would be appropriate for you and have it shipped to your door. Hims makes it affordable, even without insurance. Finding the right person to talk to can be hard, but Hims makes it easy. You'll look back and wonder why you waited so long. If you're not feeling yourself, you don't have to bottle up feelings of stress and depression and anxiety. All you have to do is go to 4Hims.com. Get started with a private mental health consultation at 4Hims.com/health. That's 4Hims.com/health. FORHIMS.com/HEALTH.
Frank Frangie here for Center State Bank. Look, I'm someone who's on the go a lot, so when it comes to banking, I need convenience. Center State Bank offers all the modern conveniences. I can open an account online, deposit a check, check balances, or make a payment right from the phone. Look, if there's useful technology, Center State has it, as well as the best customer service in the business. If you're looking for both convenience and customer service, look no further. Your bank is Center State Bank, a bank that believes in you. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
It's an old rock Thursday. Music the way it should be, or at least used to be, on The Frangie Show.
Oh, okay. I like this.
This is an AC/DC song?
It is.
Yeah.
We get you fired up for the college.
They screamed this, though.
Oh, they get there.
Oh, okay. All right.
You thought they what?
They yelled and screamed. It was hard rock. This doesn't seem hard right now.
No?
Oh, okay. There we go. All right. I was getting a
Where
little.
Where are you with AC/DC, James?
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you told me, put a gun in my head, and said, James, you have to name an AC/DC song, I'd probably die. But if you started playing the song, I would recognize it.
Yeah, I feel like AC/DC would be something you could get into, though. Because I'm not really a hard rock guy either. But, like, AC/DC, I can go with that. I can go with that. Old Rock Thursday is what the Frangie Show does every Thursday. That's right, Gibbs, right?
Yeah, that's right. And the reason for AC/DC today is I found out earlier that on this date in 1973, this is the first live debut of AC/DC in Australia. So there you go.
Really? 19 what?
73.
73. Okay. Well, none of us were born yet.
Yeah. I wasn't even.
I was close.
Thought about.
I was close.
But
it was 3 years away. So, anyway, it is Denny Thompson, James Coleman filling in for the Frangie Show. I cut out right before, so I don't even know what you teased.
Basically, I teased why Danny Cannell's an idiot.
Danny Cannell? What did Danny Cannell do?
Danny Cannell, like, I'd never really believed in CTE until recently. And it's seeing some of these old guys go out sad. And I get it, the old school mentality and, play the bowl game, finish it up, win one for the Gipper, blah, 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 all that jazz. Danny's like, I think it's, basically just scolding these young men for not playing in the bowl game. And, that's the gist of it as I'm trying to find the tweet. I tweet
Danny Cannell, really? He tweeted that, huh?
Yeah, Danny Cannell was on that line of thinking, that frame of thought. And my thing is this. Nobody, like you really eloquently spoke about for 10 minutes about why nobody cares about bowl games, why nobody likes bowl games. Everybody in America basically is showing that they don't like bowl games, whether it be the host city, whether it be with attendance, or whether it be watching the game. So why in the hell does the athlete have to be the only one that needs to participate in this? What benefit did Kyle Pitts have to play in the Cotton Bowl?
Yeah,
besides
it's
that,
funny.
And I was gonna say the biggest thing is they get paid. Like your agent gives you either an advance or a stipend. They give you all the things that you need. You get fresh gear, you get food, and you're starting for the thing that is actually important to you, the NFL Combine or pre-draft workouts, different things of that nature. There is literally no incentive that the bowl game could give you, because I think it's $500 from the school and $500 from the bowl game. So a little funky ass $1,000. That's not going to make me play a football game.
Yeah, I do see some people's thought of, you've been with your team all year long and this is the last hurrah, but here's the issue with that, because I do sympathize with people who say that, and I do understand where that's coming from. The issue though is this isn't a new thing. This started 10-15 years ago when bowl games became a plenty. Now, I'm not ever going to be one that gripes about extra football. We've talked about that a million times. If football will continue to grow as people continue to watch football. But all of a sudden, bowl games didn't mean anything when 60 teams were playing it.
Right.
Right. And now it just diluted the product. And once that started happening, bowl game tickets became very easy to get in whatever season you wanted to go. People stopped traveling because the mix and the tie-ins between bowls and conferences, you're going to the same places. Like, those used to be destination trips that you took as a fan base, and those aren't there anymore. Ratings aren't what they used to be because of the playoffs. Like, everything that we wanted in the playoff format, we got. Now people want an expansion, which is a whole nother conversation, but it does dilute the bowl games. And so I think a lot of this is that we put so much on championships.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you think about every fan base. I'm talking about Florida. I'm talking about Florida State. I'm talking about Georgia. All these, before every year we got to win the SEC, right? We got to be playing in the Final Four. And then you get mad whenever your expectations as a Gator fan wouldn't have been met last night anyway. Had they had won. That wasn't the expectations you guys had. So why are you upset that they didn't play in it?
And that's the fool. And again, that's my point. It's foolish. It used to be called the Cotton Bowl Championship, the Orange Bowl Championship. It was basically that bowl game was a championship, and then we had the mythical national championship. Now it was real, but like AP voted, coaches voted. Then the BCS kind of gave some formality in it, but I think it became less and less important as more and more focus came on the one award that people can get. Coach Bowden used to always tell us every year the first goal is to, win X amount of games. Second goal, win the ACC. Third goal, win the state. Fourth goal, play for the BCS championship or win a bowl game. So like it was on the list of things, but there was always something that was attainable to be able to keep you motivated. You have unmotivated the player because you have basically said that anything outside of the national championship is irrelevant. So when you have done that and the guys take that mentality, you can't get mad when they say, okay, well, it's time for me to go do what I came to college for. You didn't come to college just to make friends. You came to college so that you could better your life, so that you can, whether it be through a degree or whether it be through your athleticism. So, yes, your friends will always remember each other. But when I was playing, it was basically you knew the guys who had already met. Like this game was just another notch. It didn't really matter because you already saw the car that they wanted. You saw Drew Rosenhaus at the game. And he had the keys to the new whip for the guys he was signing, for them to be able to go drive to Ruth Chris to go sign a contract. These guys came back and told us that. That's why I was mad against Penn State in the Orange Bowl when we went to multiple overtimes, because I wanted a damn good steak. And I couldn't sign it because the game went over until 1:30 in the morning. And everything was closed. And I was tired because I had been basically going since 12 p.m. the previous day. So don't get mad at an athlete for participating in capitalism. Like everybody else is participating in capitalism. Coach gets a bonus for going to the game.
Yep.
Everybody benefits except for the damn athlete. And now you're mad when the athlete actually uses what's within his rights.
Well, I think though, James, not everybody. No, I'm not gonna say everybody. That's a stupid statement. A lot of people have come around to, we got to get heading in the right direction with name, image, likeness, and all that kind of stuff. But you know what? It still doesn't fix this. All of that still doesn't fix the bowl game issue. That it's not what it used to be. And I hate that as a football fan. I do. Some of my best, all of our best memories, like growing up, when it came to college football, was sitting your butt on the couch on January 1st and not getting up.
Make it more worth the athlete's while to stay. One, bump the season. If you bump the season up by a couple weeks, because you really don't care about player safety. Let's be honest with that. Nobody cares. Bump the season up so that there's actually a actual gap where you can actually take a break to go be a student athlete, especially around finals. Maybe go spend Thanksgiving with your family, which most people don't get an opportunity to do. And then you go have your regular bowl practices, and then you make sure all the games outside of the playoffs are actually done, done before the first.
That's not happening.
I know, but I'm just putting this out here.
Happening.
If that's what you want, and then if you heavily
and please don't do that. Please don't do that, because I don't feel like going to any games in early August.
Well, yeah, but people who are going to go to games are going to go to games. It's going to be hot. I got that.
But please don't.
I got that part. But I'm just thinking that's the only way to really make it worth these kids' while. But there's so much going on.
I think the ship sailed. I really do. I think that ship has sailed. I think, era's end. And I think the bowl era, and listen, I'm not trying to be negative with this. I just think that era is done. It's passed us by. They're still going to be around because TV's paying them, and it's on your TV now, right? So they're still going to be around, but the days that we all grew up with and those mythical national champions that actually now in hindsight, you see why they kept it that way, because 4 or 5 bowl games were very important for positioning and seeding. And if this person won, they're going to finish here and it's going to be high. Like, all that was really important. And so I can remember the Florida State. Was it 97? What was it? The game before, the night before, actually determined whether or not that was going to be the national championship. So,
when we had to replay it?
Yeah. I mean, so you lose things like that with this, but I just think it's the end of the era. I don't think, like, if you came up to these kids and you said, we're going to give everybody that plays $2,000.
Well, they already give you that. That's not
right. That's what I'm saying.
enough.
It's not going to
but
do
I
anything.
think there is something. One, let's be completely honest, right? It's not guys opting out like that. The ones who are opting out are the ones who actually have a legitimate chance to go play in the NFL. So you know what that is. Like, and that's something that should be applauded. That is maybe 10%. Now, this year with COVID, and you have a lot of injuries, you have a lot more people who are down than you would normally have. So instead of playing with, let's say 79 on your roster, equating for some people injured and some people choosing to not play, you probably have a legit 60 people on your roster.
Well, there's that every year. Every year there's that one off game, right? It went in Florida's favor a couple years ago with Michigan.
But the thing is the attitude of the team that takes the field takes the mentality of the head coach that prepares them for it. If you prepare them like it's a big deal and you treat it as such, if for nothing else, the guys coming back will take it with a business approach. If you treat it like it's a scrimmage game, then that's how they're going to treat it, and that's how they're going to play. That doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to get your behind whooped, but it does mean that you're going to look like you're out coached or you're undisciplined or you basically aren't aware of anything. Now, to be honest with you, Kyle Trask should not have played. To go back to the Florida game, Kyle Trask should not have played in that game. Now, he chose to play, but when he realized that all those other guys weren't coming, basically, dude, there's no shame in that. And if I were Dan Mullen, I would kind of want him not to play because this gives me an opportunity to showcase what Emory can do and what AR-15, what Anthony Richardson can do. And that's what a lot of these coaches have to remember, because there is something that you're playing for. You're playing for the other guys that are on that team. And even if you did not make it to the national championship, you cannot replace those 15 extra practices. And you want to know how I know it's important? Because all this COVID quarantine time I've heard are the excuses of we didn't have a spring. That's why we look like this. Those extra practices, we can't replicate it. And even when you got them in the summertime, people still cried and moaned about not having them in the spring. So you mean to tell me now that 15 practices in the winter don't mean anything? No, it doesn't mean anything when you don't win. And that's an excuse.
Well, where are you getting the 15 practices from?
My bad, isn't it 15? It's like 5 or 6. My bad, it might be 12. It might be 12. This year was a little bit different.
That's what I'm saying. This year's
was different.
This is why I'm going to give Mullen a little bit of a break on this year. Is the SEC championship game was so late, and then you had the Christmas holidays, right? And so they legit had 3 practices. So, I mean, I think, it's one of those things where did Mullen do a good job preparing? No. Should he have handled it differently? Absolutely. I am not in any way, shape, or form saying that the product that Florida put out there was anything even remotely close to what should have been out there. It was handled wrong all the way around. And I also agree with you on Kyle Trask. I can get and I can appreciate Kyle Trask for wanting to play. And I understand, like, you had all these great receivers, and there's a lot to be gained if you go out there and you dial it up for 400 yards with a bunch of backups. There's also a lot to be lost, and those 3 interceptions that he threw were on him. Like, all 3 of those were his fault. Those were not receivers' faults. Those were bad reads, bad throws, bad execution.
Mm-hmm.
There was a ton of drops that were not on him. And his dad let us know all that.
Yes, his dad was very vocal about that.
Right, which somebody needs to talk to him about. But it's like Kyle made he made a decision, and he's got to live with that. I don't think in the long run it's going to hurt him that much if he has a good Senior Bowl, if he goes through practices, all that kind of stuff. I don't think anybody even thinks of this. I really don't. He's got to live with his decision. Now, Dan Mullen, the decision was, obviously, we don't care about this game. And it's not even like it's not even a post game.
Let's talk about Dan Mullen and what he cares and what he doesn't care about on the other side, because there's a plethora of evidence that either proves he's a liar, a hypocrite, or he's a used car salesman. We'll be right back.
The Frangie Show, live from the Hastings Injury Law Firm Studios on 1010XL. Hit back with Hastings.
Making the game last a little longer.
Join me, Hacker.
And me, Leon Searcy.
The window world of Northeast Florida 5th quarter. Presented by Donato's Pizza. 2 hours after the final whistle on game day. On the home of the Jaguars, 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Multi-unit hair grafting is now available at IHRS and can give you 3 times more hair in one procedure over a traditional hair transplant.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
You can grow your hair back with this exclusive new procedure. Call now for your free evaluation and see if multi-unit hair grafting or PRP can restore your hair. Call 904-777-IHRS.
My bald spots are gone. Thanks, IHRS.
IHRS is the only clinic in the Southeast to offer all proven solutions to restore your hair and is now offering multi-unit hair grafting. One procedure, more hair.
You've got nothing to lose but more hair. I feel younger, I look younger, and who doesn't want to feel better about themselves?
This year, grow your hair back. Call for a free evaluation. Call IHRS 904-777-IHRS 777-4477.
Dr. Carlson has provided premium dental services to the Jacksonville area for over 30 years. Carlson Dental Group's priority is patient experience and satisfaction. Our biggest referrals are from our own patients. I've been one for more than 10 years. Carlson Dental Group also has the most innovative technology and equipment to give our patients the best dental results and long-lasting health. From dental cleaning to a complete smile makeover, Dr. Carlson and his team gives the highest quality dental care and most comfortable environment. Call today, 904-425-2300.
When you're a little kid on the playground, they tell you, don't hit back. Well, the courtroom isn't a playground. And if you've suffered a personal injury or wrongful death in your family, I'm here to tell you it's okay to hit back and make them pay. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we understand all the pain and emotion that comes with being wrong. And we've dedicated our lives to making things right for people like you. So if you get hit, hit back with Hastings Injury Law. Visit 904hitback.com for more information.
It could get a little warm on the Roof It Right hot seat.
Would you mind not breathing fire on me?
When players and NFL experts join Jaguars today from 10 to noon on 1010XL. Roof It Right. Roof It Right so you can sleep at night.
Hi, folks. Frank Frangie here, reminding you again that Stanley Pools is the best pool company in Jacksonville and has been since 1988. Call them at 269-7277 for new pools, remodeling, pavers, fire pits, you name it. They have their own screening division. They do it all, and they can provide maintenance for your pool as well. Lord knows I use them for that. If you want a pool company you can trust, call the best one in town. Stanley Pools, 269-7277 for Stanley Pools.
With High Life IPA, Cigar City Brewing introduced bold tropical character to Florida craft beer. Now it's bringing those same qualities to a full-flavored, lower-bodied beer with High Low IPA, an ale that delivers vibrant hop qualities in a 4% alcohol, 120-calorie package. Whether you're aiming high or laying low, Cigar City Brewing's hop-forward creations add tropical dimension to any occasion. To find out more, visit cigarcitybrewing.com. Cigar City Brewing, Tampa, Florida. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hey, tournament players, it's Allie McDeal. The Winter Open is at Best Bet Jacksonville starting on January 21st with 11 poker tournaments, including the $2,000 no-limit hold'em main event. Details at bestbetjacks.com. Best Bet. Experience the best. Hey, tournament players, it's Allie McDeal. The Winter Open is at Best Bet Jacksonville starting on January 21st with 11 poker tournaments, including the $2,000 no-limit hold'em main event. Details at bestbetjacks.com. Best Bet. Experience the best.
I want my Woody's Barbecue.
Take a break from reality and head to Woody's Barbecue. You'll get a out-of-this-world experience. See you there.
At Woody's Barbecue, it's what we do.
Let's eat.
Hey guys, I want to take a break here because I'm so excited to talk to you all about this experience Eric Dunn and I are hosting this season called Jags at Home. This thing is for anyone that could use an extra $10,000. I mean, who couldn't? And the Jaguars are actually giving away $2,500 every quarter of every game to whoever predicts the outcome of the game most accurately. Will the Jaguars convert this third down? What will be the result of this red zone trip? If you think you know football and the Jaguars, why are you letting other people take this money that should be yours? It's not like if you top the leaderboard, you have a chance to win. If you top the leaderboard, you will win $2,500 every quarter, every game. Seriously. So when you're watching the game every week, visit jagsathome.com on a mobile device, tablet, or even a desktop. And come get this money. Even better, you get to hang out with me and Eric Dunn while we chat it up during breaks. Again, that's jagsathome.com. We'll see you there.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
It's an Old Rock Thursday. Music the way it should be, or at least used to be, on The Frangie Show.
Okay, I was going to say Undertaker.
It sounds like it, doesn't it?
Okay, I
can rock with AC/DC.
I recognize
I'm good with this. Normally James and I aren't the best fit for Old Rock Thursday, but Gibbs, this is AC/DC will work.
Yeah, I'm trying to get people fired up too about the semifinals tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, now we as much as we spent time bashing the bowls, that's where they're getting it right. I mean, I'm excited about both of those games. I'm more excited about one than the other, but I will be dialed in to the semifinals. That's for damn sure.
Can't wait to see what this Clemson Ohio State game is going to be. Can Dabo dial it up? Does he have the X's and O's chops?
Yeah, I think that's going to be a great game. I mean, talk about just so many storylines going into that game. The Alabama-Notre Dame game, nobody expects that to be anything, right?
No. Except for the fifth quarter.
Except for what?
We're going for the Notre Dame.
Oh.
And anarchy.
Oh, okay.
But I don't believe it's going to happen.
So tell me why you're calling Dan Mullen a hypocrite and a liar?
Okay.
Are you about to bring out the thumb wrestling thing?
I mean, he said that. It was to motivate his players.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, every time. I mean, when 2018, they beat a Michigan team that was heavily had guys opt out, celebrated like you won a championship. I mean, it's like this. I thought, again, this is my fault because I do think Dan Mullen is a really good coach. And I was under the impression, right, that Dan Mullen was the ultimate competitor and that every time he took the field, like he wanted to win. I did not realize that was only a sometimes thing and that he literally went this week and did not prepare his team to like go out and beat Oklahoma and that they only practiced, they just worked on things. So I thought everything that he did was to go and win. And that's my fault for believing that. And I guess that's not from what you're about to tell me.
No. I'm letting you go.
I'm just saying, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
No, we talk all the time on our show about taking things that college coaches say at face value.
Facts.
In everything. It doesn't matter, we make fun all the time about recruiting pitches and everybody in college football is a hypocrite. Literally, like almost every coach that in college football is a flat out hypocrite. And it's not, if you believe what college coaches say, the problem is with you, not with them. That's the history of college football coaches. Dan Mullen is doing one thing here. And by the way, this Tulsa, Mississippi State has ended in a brawl, by the way. But, I mean, like fisticuffs, brawl.
Wow,
yeah.
They're getting after it, too. Tulsa
yeah.
guy.
All over an onside kick to end yeah. Oh, yeah, no, it's nasty. But it's here's what frustrates me about this Dan Mullen stuff, James. You're not wrong. And I know that. And neither is everybody else getting on to Dan Mullen, and I know that. But you also have to realize that the guy he's trying to defend an end of the season, not a game. They lost 3 in a row. Mm-hmm. The LSU game is the one that kills them. You got to separate this Oklahoma disaster from everything else. Like it's LSU killed them. Alabama, they came out and showed something. They came out and said, "You're not going to bully us. We're going to go toe-to-toe with you, even if it's offense versus offense." And then they crapped the bed against Oklahoma. It was the end of that 3-game stretch that I feel like we're talking about here. We're not just talking about, the Oklahoma thing. And I think that's the way I'm looking at this is Dan Mullen getting back here and going, okay, hold on, now wait a second. We gave everything we had at Alabama. We squared it up with the team that nobody wants to see and that year after year after year people fold to, and we squared it up with them. And then all of our guys opted out. Yeah, we had a scout team going because we had 3 days of practice and we had somebody that was playing in high school playoffs a couple weeks ago out there. He was keeping it real. That's the truth. That is the absolute golden truth, what he said. There was not a lie there. Now, at the same time, Lincoln Riley had his boys fired up. Now, if you look at the difference in the teams, they bring back a lot of cats next year. They're playing to build off of that year. Florida's not. Florida was playing because they had to play. Like everybody that was of significance this year is moving on. There's a big difference in those two teams. Lincoln Riley did a great job. Oklahoma came out and did something very few teams would do. They didn't care about the opt-outs. They handled their business, and they put a butt kicking on Florida the way a good team's supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. But Dan Mullen told no lies in that press conference.
I think that's the difference. The biggest difference, like what you just said. It's not that he told any lies. It's not even about that. It's the fact that you have had a top 10 recruiting class, or I think his first year wasn't top 10, but for the most part, you've been bringing in talent. You've brought in transfers. There were some places where you were truly depleted, but you didn't lose. You didn't lose in a shootout. You lost in a butt whooping. And the thing is that most people who have watched the University of Florida have seen, and especially if you watch the Alabama game. Me and JJ were in here in the in the den last night. We were watching it, and there was just something about it because of what we've seen. Even the LSU game, they may get down, but they're not going to fold.
Right?
They won't quit.
Right?
You can't tell me, and they gave some fight. It was a game until I think toward the end of the second quarter, and they quit. That's what it was. It was 17-13 at one point. It was 17-13.
I felt like Oklahoma, they had what, 3 straight. I know Kyle threw the 3 interceptions.
Yes.
Oklahoma had a couple series where they fumbled. It's kind of they fumbled their way around. But you're right. No, you're right.
That's where I think that's what most people who aren't Gator fans, or even you know what, I'm not even gonna say it because to be honest with you, you and Hacker are the only 2 Gator fans that I know who feel the way you feel. And outside of some guy that called in, I didn't listen to that.
What are you talking about? Feel the way we feel about what Mullen said?
Your feeling is a little bit different than Hacker's. Yeah. But when I look at what Gator Dave says, that's what I'm feeling because you know what? That's like how I feel about Florida State. Gator Dave's like, if that's how you feel, don't talk to me about no damn Gator standard.
Yeah,
don't talk to me about those things.
Overreach.
I get you.
I think that's
a lot of this stuff is coach speak. I understand coach speak, but what I'm saying is your team that went toe-to-toe against Bama, I didn't expect you to beat Oklahoma. I knew you were going to lose to Oklahoma, and I knew you were going to lose by 2 touchdowns or more. I did not think by 35 points, though. I did not think that they would fold in the manner that they folded. And that's the scary part. It's not that you didn't have Kyle Pitts. It's not that you didn't have Kadarius Toney, who are phenomenal athletes, who I believe would have made this game different because those are guys that are alpha males that go out there and want to dominate. But I can't excuse, no matter who he threw it to, a Heisman Trophy candidate, a guy that Gator fans were going to bat and upset that he wasn't getting the recognition that Mac Jones was getting. That's what was on this station was talking about that. 3-6. Mac Jones is not as good as Kyle Trask. It should not happen. It doesn't matter who he's throwing to. He's a Heisman Trophy intellect quarterback. It should look similar. But to see, now 2 of the interceptions were definitely his fault. The one was a bad one, if I remember correctly. But 3 interceptions in a quarter? There was this one Poet Laureate, a gifted, a beautiful mind in his development of quarterbacks. He's a great quarterback trainer in the Southeast. He said if any quarterback throws over 2 interceptions, whose fault is it?
It's the coaches.
It's the coach's fault. That's why people are mad. They're not just mad about him. They're not just mad about LSU. They're mad, which I think Grantham is still a good coach, but they're mad about Grantham in the 3rd and Granthams and the different things like that.
Oh.
They're mad about the times when it's like it seems like there's no post, there's no energy, and they got it beat out of them by another Power 5 team after talking big smack. The one player was like
one player. Yeah, that
and I don't even know who he is.
I don't either.
Why was he talking?
I don't know.
Is he a good player?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't remember who I don't even remember who it was. But I'm gonna listen.
But Emory Jones, I like what Emory did though.
Well, you got everything on me on Grantham. I'm right there on Grantham right now. I'm done with Grantham. Like you're in a bowl game, you're playing man coverage, and you still can't get lined up. Oklahoma's running back, James. You know more about speed than I do, but that big boy wasn't running 4.4, and he was catching the edge.
And what was crazy
every single time.
So we're talking. You know how it is when you're in the studio by yourself, and the game is on. So I'm glancing up, and I knew they threw 3 interceptions. So I'm just assuming they still throwing interceptions. They like Oprah out there with interceptions. You get a pick, you get a pick, you get a pick. So I see somebody break, and I'm like, dang, JJ, he threw another interception. He's like, nah, they on offense.
Yeah.
And when an offensive player breaks, in particular a running back, it's disrespectful to get caught, right?
And he got caught every time.
And he got caught every time. So I'm like, that's why I thought it was an interception. But like,
every time.
That means he doesn't have breakaway speed. So you were just getting punished.
You were getting they anytime they get, and this happened all year. Anytime they want the edge, there's no edge defender. Anytime that they Florida, it's so frustrating that you have a staff that defensively that is paid all this money. Like if you put all that staff together, there is a ton of money on that side of the ball, and you can't get lined up in a bowl game. Like what?
It
ended up being man coverage.
Here's what's terrible.
Man coverage is simple. You're over that guy. You're over that guy.
Like I always,
it's unexcusable.
I always talk about the worst way to get beat is like somebody physically just ramming the ball down your throat. That is. But it's also terrible to get beat when like somebody's just like air raiding you, like just bombs over Baghdad. You just running all over the place.
They do whatever they want.
Beat both ways.
Yep.
I'm looking at this. I'm thinking Spencer Clear Rattler was like just getting it done. And apparently he was 247 yards, 14 for 23, 3 touchdowns, 76 QBR per ESPN. But Stevenson, 16 carries, 186 yards. Holy crap. And only 1 touchdown. That is telling. That means he's not fast. Because you should not have that many yards.
There was 2 of them.
The other one was
the
Major.
breakaway guy was number 1.
Major, 9 carries, 110 yards. That lets me know he's pretty explosive. 1 touchdown. Some guy McGowan, 1 run, 73 yards. And then Clear had 7 carries for 40 yards and a touchdown. 4. Oh, wow. Whoa, when you read it, it just pops off the screen.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
435 yards of rushing, of American football rushing yards, and 240 yards passing. Like wow. Yeah, you're right. Grantham got to show me one.
Here's the thing.
In the locker room.
Here's the thing. We say all that. Nobody's going to remember this bowl game week 2 next year. Nobody is.
No one.
Nobody. And that's why it's such an overreach on everything. Like I love Twitter, but like last night watching Gator fans and watching all this kind of stuff, people lose their mind about what Mullen said, and like I mean, really, nobody cares about this. Nobody's going to remember this. I don't remember what bowl game the Gators played in last year. I can't even tell you. I don't care. I don't remember what bowl game I watched whoever play in 2 nights ago. Like it just means nothing.
Well, it's just
so if you come out next year. Yeah, exactly. And Mullen made it a bigger story. That's on him. He made it a bigger story with his post-game remarks. The story really today wouldn't be anything if he wouldn't have made the remarks. My only thing, this is the last thing I'll say about Dan Mullen and his remarks. I appreciate a guy getting up there and just saying what it is. And him knowing what he's going to get it for it. He knows that. He understands that. Dan Mullen is a very smart man, extremely smart. He knows what he's doing. Like if that's the dice that he wants to roll, then let him roll it. If it backfires, it's not your $6 million, it's his. Right. That's what he's betting on it.
Well, the one thing that Dan Mullen knows is that Florida was used to. Well, they won, but they didn't win in the manner in which they wanted to between the last 2 coaches. This is the first time they've got an SEC East championship. And he knows he has a lot of leeway, and there was some excitement. This offense was one of the most prolific offenses in the University of Florida history, set records, but the reality is they were 8-4. But he knows that nobody's going to get rid of him. Next year will be what we really see, and Dan Mullen's going to be a good coach. He's a good coach, but we'll see if he's a good complete coach. Excuse me, he's a good play caller, but we'll see generally all around if he's a good coach. On the other side, let's shift the conversation away from college a little bit. Let's talk about Jacksonville Jaguars and maybe some New Year's resolutions that they should be going, or how we think the team will look. So what?
I like this. I'm a big New Year's resolutions guy.
Yeah. JJ made his. You know what his was?
To stay alive.
Stay alive. All right, we'll see you guys on the other side.
The Frangie Show, live from the Hastings Injury Law Firm Studios on 1010XL. Hit back with Hastings.
Start game day 5 hours early with the 1010XL kickoff show presented by TIAA Bank and Kohler Homes Windows and Doors.
Let's do this, shall we?
With Lauren Brooks, Hayes Carla, and Fat Tony.
We got a lot of work to do. Let's get it going.
On 1010XL.
Hick, we like two things. We like sports.
And we like to eat.
And when it comes to both, the more the better. That's why Daly's Dash is the perfect pit stop for breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
And Jeff, what I like, they make mine extra special just for me with more meats.
Well, Dan, I think everyone gets that.
No, I don't think so.
No, I'm positive. We all get more meats and cheeses when we go by the Daly's Dash, piled high on every sandwich, perfect for Googans on the road.
Okay, well, what about the Hicken salad sandwich? You telling me that's not made just for me?
It's the chicken salad sandwich, so I'm guessing we can all enjoy that as well.
My Daly's Dash is the brand new one over there at JTB and Curtis.
I'm not sure it's your Daly's Dash, but yeah, it's a nice one. In fact, there are 20 Daly's Dash locations around town. So bigger, better sandwiches with more meats and cheeses are just around the corner.
Well, I'm a man of the people, and here to tell you, Daly's Dash is the sandwich of the people.
On that, I agree. And on special now, 2 piled high biscuits, 2 for $5. Daly's also sources and roasts their own top quality coffee beans.
Daly's Dash.
Because more is better.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Though no longer little, teens still need a lot of love. Yet teens in foster care have a harder time finding it, as 82% of foster families are home to kids 12 or younger. You can positively impact a teen's life as a foster parent. With help from Family Support Services of North Florida, you provide patience, love, and understanding, and Family Support Services will offer specialized training, resources, and a community of support. Take the next step at foster-now.org. That's foster-now.org.
This is Hayes Carline for Spicklemeyer Insurance Agency. John Spicklemeyer knows about protection as the best offensive lineman to ever come out of Jacksonville. He's always taken that O-line pride in his protection, from being the city's Player of the Year at Bowls to playing for Notre Dame. John has always gotten the job done for those who depend on him, and he'll do that for you, like he has me. John Spicklemeyer is my agent. Call John today at 471-7155 for all your insurance needs. That's Spicklemeyer Insurance Agency, protecting what's most important to you. Call John today at 471-7155.
Dave Benyon here with Zero Res. Wow, can you believe that Christmas is right around the corner? I asked my wife what she wants, and she said the same thing she does every year. She wants a clean home full of family and friends. That means the carpets, the tile and grout in the kitchen, the large Oriental rug in the family room, and the huge sectional sofa that everyone hangs out on all need a good Zero Res cleaning. If you need some cleaning done, give Zero Res a call. Right now, get your carpets cleaned for only $43 per room. Zero Res, spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
McKeever Clinic is home to the first advanced prostate cancer center in Jacksonville. This is Dr. West, urologist at McKeever Clinic. Our clinic is staffed with 2 urologists that specialize in advanced prostate cancer care and management. You'll also have a dedicated nurse navigator that will coordinate timing, medications, insurance, and patient assistance. We're conveniently located off AC Skinner Parkway on the south side. Contact our specialist at McKeever at 355-6583 to discuss your treatment options.
In 1919, my great-grandfather founded Catlin as a Studebaker dealership, and now we're the oldest truck accessory store in the U.S. This is Keith Catlin, and I'm proud to be the 4th-generation owner. If you need anything for your truck, van, or SUV, come see us. From Lear toppers to roll and lot bed covers to trailer hitches and everything in between. Let us take care of all your accessory needs. Quality counts at Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin. High Flying Jacko here for Hardball Creative. Social distancing isn't so bad after all. The people you don't like can be avoided like the, well...
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Regain your edge. The board-certified surgeons of Ortho Edge are practicing at St. Vincent's Riverside.
Hi, I'm Dr. Longnecker. If you have a sports injury or if you have knee, hip, or shoulder pain, let us at Ortho Edge help you regain your edge. We want you to get back to living life to your best. And we have patient-focused experience and technology to deliver the results. See one of our physicians today at Ortho Edge.
Now accepting new patients, visit orthoedge.com.
Your AC's broke, it ain't no joke. Call Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida homeac.com.
Frank Frangie here for Big Chief Tire. Do you need an oil change, brake inspection, suspension check, or alignment service? Double check the safety and performance of your vehicle without being bombarded by salespeople pushing flashy products or services you don't need. Big Chief Tire has been locally owned and operated by the same family for over 50 years. This is a team you can trust to treat you well and to get the job done right the first time. Visit any of their 4 Jacksonville locations or schedule an appointment by visiting BigChiefService.com.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Andrew Gibson for 1010XL. This update brought to you by The Best Bet. Miami Hurricanes quarterback De'Aaron King will undergo surgery for a torn ACL in his right knee. King suffered the injury during Miami's bowl game against Oklahoma State on Tuesday in Orlando. Miami expects King to be available for the start of 2021 fall camp. Georgia puts a wrap on their season tomorrow in the Peach Bowl against number 8 Cincinnati. Kickoff at noon on ESPN. Tomorrow afternoon, the college football playoff semifinals get underway at 4 o'clock in the Rose Bowl, Alabama, Notre Dame. In the Sugar Bowl at 8 o'clock, Clemson and Ohio State. Jaguar fans will be tuned into that one as Trevor Lawrence leads the Clemson Tigers. At 3:59, 75 degrees. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
It's an old rock Thursday. Music the way it should be, or at least used to be, on The Frangie Show.
All right, well, The Frangie Show set in by the Sports Den. I'm at Big Game James _36. Please give me a follow on Twitter, on IG. My partner at Denny _Thompson on the Twitter machine, Denny Thompson Jacks on the IG. Is recovering from COVID, but he's coming in strong. He's not just sitting around. He could have opted out, but he chose to come in and finish the year with his team. Like most of the fans think every college player
greedy players.
He's greedy players. Before we get into trying to correct the trashiness of what the Jacksonville Jaguars have been with a lot of optimism, but they were the lovable losers for a very long time. So the text line 415. He sounds like he's gonna cry. I think I was talking to you.
I'm crying. I'm crying. What was I crying about?
I don't know. I'm just reading. He could have been talking about something else. 514. Oh, trust me, because of the trash that came out of Mullen's mouth, people will remember this. 382. I think the overreacting is from the totality of the whole season. A lot of the same things happen again. Fair.
Mm-hmm. That's very fair.
400. I like Mullen as a coach, but damn, he acts like a little Charlie after losing. If you don't. No, Charlie's my dog, my female dog. So, I don't know if we could say those words.
Mm-hmm. He does.
This is drive time.
He does. He definitely has some maturing to do.
785. Hey, sportsden. Assuming these jobs become open, which is a better DC job, Florida or Miami? I think Florida is fine with the defensive coordinator they have. Miami definitely needs. I just pray that what I heard does not happen. There are 2 things that I would much rather happen. Grantham stays or Mullen goes to Detroit for the
What'd you hear, Charlie Strong?
No, hell, I don't care
Derek
about
Mason?
Charlie Strong. I don't care about Derek Mason. I don't know if they're gonna be DCs anymore. What I heard was Kevin Steele.
I thought is that still a thing?
I don't know, but I like Kevin. I don't like Kevin there.
Yeah,
because I know we have to not like Kevin.
I know we got to get to the Jags, but I know we got to get to the Jags. But I got to say this about this defensive coordinator thing. There's so many decisions that go into this. Like when you're firing a defensive coordinator who just came off of this year, it's like, are you replacing the whole staff? Because if you're replacing the whole staff, there's a lot of relationships in there, man. This transfer portal game we may get into a little bit later is getting real. Mm-hmm. It's. Yeah, let's save that for later.
We can definitely. I got a lot.
Let's get into the Jags.
But the Jags got one more game that nobody cares about, and good thing that Doug Marrone is staying on the track because this is what lets me know at the end of the day he's about excellence, and finishing the job the right way.
Go ahead.
Because he's still starting the terrible lanky quarterback that nobody cares about.
I mean, it's going to be the funnest Jag game of the year
because they can actually kind of
win.
Yeah,
right. I mean, they can win,
but
and
I don't think
no
he's
harm is
chancing
done.
it. I think he's going to go ahead and like go all in, put all his chips in there, and stink it up the whole way. And I think that's the right move, Douglas.
You know, it's the perfect way. I mean, the end of 2020 is so. It's just been such a weird year on so many different levels, but to end the year, I think it would be, or to begin the new year, I think it would be cool to get that victory. And to know, like, okay, I've got the victory. Now we got Trevor coming to town. Like, let's set in this new decade that way. You know what I mean? Like, let's go ahead and get this thing going. I will. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's not 2020 anymore. We're moving to 2021. Let's start our dominance now with Mike freaking Glennon.
Part of me wants to be able to just, if you know how, like when I came in here today, Hacker was like, yo, well, who did you guys lose to? And I'm like, that doesn't change the ass whooping that you took last night, who I lost to. It's irrelevant. But it doesn't change the fact that even 2-14 doesn't change the fact that the year is crappy. But to say you're 2-14 and you completely dominated the Colts, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's kind of like bragging rights. Like, hey, who did y'all lose to? Oh, we lost to such. You lost to Jacksonville twice. Aren't they the worst team in the league? Let's see what had happened was, the stimulus check, where my checking and my savings was set up. It's a good bragging thing. I could kind of see that. And like I said earlier, earlier this week, they got to treat this like the last preseason game. Like, there's not, they got to keep there's at least 35, 40 guys on this team that got to be kept, right?
Oh, sure. Yeah, you can't turn over.
Right, you can't turn over the whole roster. So you got to figure out
60% of your roster over.
You got to figure out how to keep yourself in that top 40. So that if you're top 40 now, that means you have a good chance of being on the 53 next year. So you got to be able to, like the running back with the African name that played pretty good. He's got to go out there and show that he's pretty damn good. Glennon, again, this would be a good opportunity for Glennon to be able to say, hey, I don't cost a lot of money. I don't want to rock the boat. I want to mentor Trevor. Just look, I can win games if you need me to. I can push this offense along. Just keep me paid. Like, this could be a good chance for him. These wide receivers showing that they got something, and like just to show the new coaches that, hey, I'm good.
Well, you're exactly right. I saw that the other day when you said that of it's like a last preseason game. It is all about laying down film that's going to pay immediate results for you to lay down. Like, you're getting a chance to lay down film as what you probably started as not even on a roster this year, and now you're going to get to play in a regular season game, being paid for it, regular season wages. And in addition to all of that, you're going to be the last film that they see if you're that third string defensive back or that fourth string linebacker or whatever that may get you $600,000 next year.
Right.
Like that's a really big deal for these guys. And I think, a lot of times when we're talking about this whole tank thing, we don't realize that. Like, these guys they don't get anything for losing at the player level. They get nothing. Like, they're not going out there tanking themselves. This is a last chance for some of these guys. Some of these guys, the reality is this is the last time they will put cleats on in the NFL.
Very true.
That's a fact.
If you believed, if I would have known, well, my last play, but definitely I always go back to my last touchdown. If I'd have known that was going to be my last touchdown, I'd have celebrated a lot more. But I thought I was going to score again. So it just doesn't happen.
But it is. We've talked about this a lot. It is crazy, though, that the energy has changed. I mean, just picture for a second if the Jets would have lost all those games, and we were still sitting here in the same place that we were 3 weeks ago. The energy then and now is night and day. Like, I mean, you couldn't have sold season tickets. You couldn't have. The Jags we couldn't even talk about them. Now we can't stop talking about him because of Trevor Lawrence. I mean, that's incredible to me, and I can't think – I'm trying to think outside of Andrew Luck. Has there been that guy that the offseason has been about like that? Forget the hype.
Not recently.
Reggie Bush was that way a little bit. Remember, like Reggie Bush to Davian Clowney?
But you got to remember this, though. Reggie Bush was the 3rd overall pick.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, he was an exciting, like, there was a buzz. You know
there
what I
was
mean?
A buzz, and he left early just like Trevor. But, like, Andrew Luck when he came back, everybody said he's the best prospect since John Elway. They talked about Jameis, but they talked about Jameis because he had the Heisman and he showed great flashes.
Right, yeah.
But nobody talked about him being a perfect guy. They talked about him being a potential franchise guy. And it was two guys. It was two guys similar to this one, but they were neck and neck, Winston and Mariota, for who was going to be number one. Right now, it's literally just been Trevor. Trevor, I don't think it's been anybody since Andrew Luck. And again, can't miss. Reggie Bush, while highly talked about, highly debated, Vince Young was also the guy who everybody was like, that's highly exciting. But at the time, and I know this from having to block this joker 4 years, there was nothing like Mario Williams.
Yeah.
Like, I remember Reggie asking me, he's just like, I can't believe I didn't get selected number one. Not that he wasn't happy being in New Orleans. It was a pride thing and a money thing too. But also Mario said he was going to accept the money that the Texans were going to give him. That was before they had the slot. If they had the slotting system, Reggie Bush would have been a Houston Texan. But I was like, hey, man, you're good. Don't get me wrong. You do all that stuff and it's dope. I ain't never – that joker don't move. As a defensive end. I was like, it was my junior year. I was just running into him, and I had been blocking him, and my mind said, I'm about to go kick this defensive end now, and there's nothing he can do about it. And my body said no. And if you've ever seen something on
literally
film,
laughed at you.
Yeah, it just said, nah, we're not going to do it. I'm running full speed, and you see me going in the direction, and my legs just stop. So my upper body goes forward, my legs don't move anymore, and I fall flat on my face. And my coach said, I know you ain't no punk, man. He's like, so that's just a grown man. I said, coach, that's a grown-ass man, coach. And then we just moved on.
Your legs made a business decision.
My legs made a business decision. Like, at that moment, I had taken too many hits, and I couldn't take another one. I think I had got a mild concussion earlier when I jumped over the pile and I landed straight on my head in the end zone. But, like, my body was just like, no, stop this. Stop this madness. But so I got that part. But, actually, 728, and I'm going to ask this because it's still in the theme of the Jaguars, and we can answer this real quick before I take another break, is Trevor Lawrence right now with the hype, not projecting or whatever, is he the most hyped or the best NFL prospect to date?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've been consistent on that. I mean, I wasn't around for John Elway. Like, I don't remember when John Elway was drafted and all that kind of stuff. But in my lifetime, there's not been, and certainly since I've been covering the game and working in the game, there's not been a more complete quarterback, which is the most important position on the field, coming to the draft. And I'm counting Andrew Luck and Peyton Manning in that. And I don't know any other way to say this that I haven't already said it. Like, I don't know the flaws in Trevor's game. It's crazy when you see what they're doing with him. And this is why I don't think it matters that they're not going to have their offensive coordinator tomorrow, because he does what they're calling at Clemson right now is basically, James, you can't win as a defense. Mm-hmm. Because if you don't spy him or you don't leave somebody in the middle of the field and he recognizes man coverage, he bolts on you. And he gets 15 to 20. If you sit back, he is going to pepper you in the intermediate game. He's going to embarrass you. He's going to cut you death by 1,000 wounds. If you try to press him, you can't cover deep enough. Like, your safeties can't be deep enough. The guy throws the ball 70 yards with ease. Like, there's literally not anything that he can't do, which means defensively there's nothing you can do at the college level. Now, that's going to be different at the NFL. But, I think it's the most complete prospect, and I think it's the most exciting and possibly game-changing, and in our situation here in Jacksonville, franchise-changing prospect that's come out in the draft in decades.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about the Jags on the other side. This is the Sports Den filling in for the Frangie Show. I'm at Big Game James _36. That's at Denny _Thompson. While you're listening to us, go check out thehumidor.com if you've never heard of it. If you smoke cigars, you should know about it. Type in Sports Den for 20% off. I got to plug our sponsors as well. And we'll be back and we'll talk more about the Jaguars and thehumidor.com on the other side.
The Frangie Show, live from the Hastings Injury Law Firm Studios on 1010XL. Hit back with Hastings.
Subaru of Jacksonville on Atlantic is sharing more love during the Subaru Share the Love event. Subaru of Jacksonville has 0% financing on new Subarus, 90 days with no payments, big year-end savings. Plus, $500 donation with every new Subaru purchase, $250 from Subaru, and a match for $250 from Subaru of Jacksonville through January 4th. Experience the Subaru of Jacksonville difference. Dealer Rater's #1 Subaru dealer in the nation. Online at SubaruofJacksonville.com. Drive a Subaru. You'll buy a Subaru. See dealer website for full details.
The Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute is now offering online scheduling for new patient appointments for all of their physicians. Simply schedule your appointment on your cell phone, tablet, or desktop. JOI is the first orthopedic practice in North Florida to offer this feature to patients. To schedule your appointment online, visit joi.net and click on the button at the top of the page. If you'll be using insurance, be sure and have your information handy. JOI, where the pros go.
Jaguars fans, you could win big when you buy a ticket to the Jaguars 50-50 raffle presented by Duval Motor Group. Even if you can't make it on game day, you can buy your tickets from anywhere in the state for both home and away games at jaguars5050.com. As a bonus, tickets are buy one, get one prior to kickoff. One winner takes half the jackpot. The remaining half benefits the Jaguars Foundation's charitable programs. Visit jaguars5050.com today and buy your tickets now.
Are you having difficulty paying your IRS personal or business taxes due to COVID-19? If you owe a tax debt, there has never been a better time than now to get a resolution. The IRS has rolled out historic tax debt removal guidelines under their Taxpayer Relief Initiative. This COVID-19 program provides opportunities to remove or lessen your tax burden that weren't previously available. The tax attorneys at J. David Tax Law are right here in Jacksonville and are experts at negotiating with the IRS. At J. David Tax Law, only highly experienced tax attorneys will represent you. Never trust your tax situation to anyone that's not local to you. We've helped thousands of Floridians to overcome IRS and sales tax debt. Let us help you. Call J. David Tax Law today for a no-cost consultation at 904-507-4777. That's 904-507-4777. Or go to jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Stay connected to Gainesville with the Florida Gator Report with Lauren Brooks.
Go, Gators!
Brought to you by Darley's Plumbing, where quality counts.
A big win for the Florida Gators.
Get your Gators on 1010XL. Rediscover the comfort of being home. Prosser here. Lifetime Enclosures can help with sunrooms, screen enclosures, lanai conversions, outdoor kitchens, you name it. They've got it. My parents invested in their comfort with Lifetime Enclosures. They love their new and improved outdoor space. By coming into their showroom, you can enjoy up to an additional $450 in savings at Lifetime Enclosures. Their staff observes all CDC guidelines and social distancing. And don't forget to stop by Lifetime Flooring next door. Tell them Jeff sent you. License CRC 028471.
This is Coach Ellen Darley with Darley's Plumbing. Now, I've seen plenty of guys who want to tackle their own plumbing work. And sure, some can. But when the backups just don't make the cut, you need the starting team at Darley's Plumbing. We do it all, any large or small plumbing jobs. Plus, we have 24-hour emergency service. So we'll be there when you need us. When your home field needs plumbing work, bring in the all-pros at Darley's Plumbing, where quality counts. Find us online at darleysplumbing.com. License number CFC 056702.
Call Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. We want to win your business with honest and upfront transmission service. I'm Robin Sidbury, the owner. That's a promise from me. Get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a medical professional who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information.
Listen, guys, we're told we're not supposed to feel down or stressed or depressed or anxious. We're supposed to stuff it all down and act like everything's okay, right? But the truth is, it's not so great sometimes, is it? 4Hims can help. At 4Hims.com, you can connect with licensed psychiatry providers. And with a convenient video chat and evaluation, they can decide if medication would be appropriate for you and have it shipped to your door. Hims makes it affordable, even without insurance. Finding the right person to talk to can be hard, but Hims makes it easy. You'll look back and wonder why you waited so long. If you're not feeling yourself, you don't have to bottle up feelings of stress and depression and anxiety. All you have to do is go to 4Hims.com. Get started with a private mental health consultation at 4Hims.com/health. That's 4Hims.com/health. FORHIMS.com/HEALTH.
Hey,
Have you heard? Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet are attempting to sell 1,000 vehicles in December. How? I've instructed my team to take all offers and never lose your business over price. Check it out. Brand new cars as low as $129 a month, up to $6,000 more for your trade. 0% financing and no payments for 90 days. I promise we ain't leaving nothing on the table. You only have 1 week left. Beaver Toyota St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville. We're here to wow you.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
It's an old rock Thursday. Music the way it should be, or at least used to be, on The Frangie Show.
The Sports Den, replacing the Frangie Show. We're normally on from whatever random times, but 8 to 10 most nights. If you need some good entertainment to listen to, or just check us out on 1010XL on demand. Pretty good listening. We think we're pretty good. Sometimes funny, sometimes controversial. Somebody put up in here that they're a used car salesman and I offended them, and obviously you don't listen to our show. If you haven't been offended, we haven't done our job.
Wait, you're a used car salesman and something offended you?
Facts. I mean, listen, I don't know. I think they had to be joking. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, before we go, we were talking about Dan Mullen. Before we go back into the Jags, did you see Mike Leach's what he said after that brawl?
Yeah, I did. Player definitely should not have. Like these new kids, man.
No. I'm gonna read this quote.
Wait a minute. Is this his post game presser or what he said in the locker room? Because what he said in the locker room was lively. He used some very colorful language.
No, this is what the quote that I'm reading is.
Okay.
Is after the game, he told the media, "This is a football game, so we're not going to be tearing cloth over this deal. Somebody went to a football game and somebody got hit."
I mean, he didn't. To quote what you said about Dan,
he didn't lie.
He did not lie.
He did not lie.
Somebody went to a football game and somebody got hit. Maybe we can.
If you don't know what we're talking about, the end of the Armed Forces
was
bowl
phenomenal.
Was the best bowl drama we've had all year.
It was the most contact that we've seen for most of this bowl game. They got into a brawl. They got into a fight. I'm sorry. Like, I hope you don't report me. I got in fights when I was in college. Like, so if your child is listening to this and you want them to look up to football players as role models, I'm going to tell you to be a better parent. I'm consistent with that. Don't look up to football players to raise your children with morals. They're violent individuals that put on pads and go and play a very violent game. Mind you, they'll all be suspended or the people who are involved, and rightfully so. But I like that's the kind of defense that I like. It was summarized. It's nothing, and it's on par with what Mike Leach. When he's fired in 3 years, it would be the greatest. It'll be terrible, ranking wise and stats wise, but it would be a fun ride for Mississippi State. It's the most excitement the state of Mississippi has had having Mike Leach and Lane Kiffin.
I do not take any post game comments from players or coaches serious. You can't ask people something right after a game and then drill them on what they said. I'm sorry, you just can't do it. Like Mike Leach is going to go to bed. He's going to wake up tomorrow. Or even when he gets off the plane in Mississippi, and he'll probably feel a little differently. Probably Dan Mullen felt a little differently today. It happens in the NFL level all the time. Like, I mean, you're going to get what you're going to get right after a game.
Bro, do you read too much into people's Twitter and like their their bios and their pictures and stuff?
I don't read too much into anything anymore.
Okay, all right. Well,
I'm taking everything at face value.
Maybe this Ron English thing isn't too much. But Ron English just says Coach Ron English, and there's a regular picture of him. There's nothing in his bio. And the last thing he tweeted was 3 days ago about Gator standards and stuff.
Oh, we're still on that?
No, I'm not on that. I'm saying, like, there's literally every coach in America has who they coach for, who their employer is.
Oh, I got you.
He doesn't have an employer. So did Daniel go in and make changes?
Well, I mean, it's going to happen, right? There's absolutely no way that you can go and give up what they gave up and keep a job. There's no way that it would have been one thing. This offense, this is what's so, and we're right back on the Gators.
I'm just saying that the only reason that just popped up.
No, I know, but I can't help this because it does. You don't get offenses like this very often. And when you get offenses like this, your defense just can't screw it up.
Right.
Literally, that's it. That's your only job. Keep everybody in front of you. Don't miss tackles. Set the edges. Those three things. You do those three things with an offense like Florida had, you're playing in a semifinal. That's the only three things you have to do.
Okay.
And they couldn't do that.
Back to the
That's
Jaguars.
unbelievable.
What are the Jaguars' resolutions for this year? What are a few things that we need to see or that they should be hoping to have a great 2021?
What do we need to see?
Or what should Tony and Shad be saying, like, hey, here are my resolutions for the Jacksonville Jaguars for 2021?
Well, the first resolution, obviously, that they're going to have to fulfill is Black Monday. Is we're going to have to clean house, right? That's the first one. Like you set short-term and long-term goals, right? Tony and Shad, listen to me right now. Short-term goal. What is Monday? What's the date? Monday. That would be the third.
4th. The 3rd is Sunday, right?
Okay.
Tomorrow's the
whatever
1st,
date is.
2nd. Yeah. So Monday's the 4th.
Okay. So January 4th. Write this down, Tony. Listen. Write it down. January 4th. Set an alarm. 6 a.m. First thing. New year. Call Douglas Marrone. You're fired. Like, there you go. Our first, they say to get something accomplished in the morning. Make your bed, right? Something like that. Get your easiest task accomplished in the morning to get you going. Tony, you are welcome. I am Tony Robbins to you right now. I'm telling you how to start your new year. You set the tone by that 6 a.m. call, dog, and make it happen. And if you don't do that, the rest of it, it's irrelevant.
Do you call him?
It's irrelevant.
Or do you
just call him. He knows.
And let him sleep in?
Doug knows. Doug knows. Like if you want to text him at 12:01, text him. Doug knows. Doug's not dumb. Doug's getting paid. He's like, cool, I know. I've been playing Mike Glennon the last 4 weeks. I know. So no, you don't have to be any drama. You don't let him waste his gas. Don't make him bump the exit interview. Let him keep whatever he's got of Jaguar property. Just keep it moving. That's number one.
Okay.
And then I think when you go from there, like at that point, now you are saying we're scrubbing this place. We're doing what the Thompsons are going to do to their house when the house is done with the COVID. We are bringing people in and we are scrubbing this place wall to floor to ceiling to windows, everything. And it is going to be better than new when we're done. That's how you start this new year if you're the Jags.
Okay. So that's it. Just fire Douglas, scrub it clean, and then do what's necessary.
Yep. I hope. I mean, let's all just hope. Let's all sit here and fold our hands and say a quiet little prayer that they have hired a legitimate firm to help them with this coach and GM search.
So you don't want Tony doing this by himself?
No, Tony's wrestling. He's wrestling, right? Or playing soccer or whatever it is that he's doing. Let's hope they have hired a firm and that this firm makes good, solid, sound recommendations of football people and that we can now get moving in the direction that we should, since we're going to have the best draft pick maybe in the history of prospecting. Like, and what do we have? 11 more past that? We got two in the first round. Like you've got a chance. You got a chance. That should be their motto. Do you do that? I do that every year. I have like a word or a motto that I get printed somewhere and it's like, it's focused. Like their motto should be, don't screw this up. Not terribly high expectations. Just don't screw it up. That's it right there.
I was talking today. I was it's Thursday. I try once a week to get the beard trimmed, and I had to go hang out with the Jackie Robinson of Sports Talk Radio, and that's one Anthony Wiggins,
Mr. Wig,
better known as Two Wig around here. And we were talking. And I was in a rush. I had an appointment at 9. I had to, you get to talking to T Wig. The man talks sports all the time, and I'm like, Wig, I need you to focus on my beard, bro. I got to get out of here, man. I ain't got time to be in here and I got to talk for 3 hours. I don't want to talk to you for an hour while you're trimming my beard and then go talk for 3 hours. But he gave me some good jewels. He says that too many people keep asking the minimum. Well, he didn't say that. That's me summarizing. But he's like, people keep saying, don't screw this up, which after basically it's draft Trevor Lawrence and then use common sense. And he says, but it's more to it than that. He's like, drafting Trevor Lawrence and then not doing anything else could leave you at worst the Houston Texans. They've got a really good dynamic quarterback, but their management did nothing to help. Well, the talent that was surrounding him, they moved it off. They didn't do anything else to help.
They screwed it up. They let D-Hop go. They screwed it up.
Well,
that's what they did.
But it wasn't just one draft. It's like you got to ask for more than just don't screw it up or just use common sense, because common sense is not very common. Or when you look at Green Bay, who has one of the best quarterbacks in the modern era in the NFL, but we call him the LeBron James of the NFL.
Yeah.
And Aaron Rodgers, but common sense does. Some of the picks they got aren't bad. It just hasn't really helped or panned out. So, like, you got to find a way to get you some kind of a generational talent on the line. You got to figure out what you have in this wide receiver core. So, my New Year's resolutions would be, again, you're right, I wouldn't even wait till Monday. I would just go ahead and get it done. Make for a great news day on Sunday. Bless the city of Jacksonville.
Well, it's a 425 kick.
So the hell what? When it's done,
okay, I got you.
Just say, hey, I'm
James,
not going to treat you bad. Like, I don't hate you. I'm just, you can take the plane back. Just know when we land, it's best your interests don't meet mine. And it's not you. Well, it is you, but it's also us. We were just a bad relationship. So cut it. Then the fifth quarter, we're hacking all them. They're going to have a great time. Me and you are going to be somewhere chilling. I'll have to get on Sports Final and talk about it, but everything will be great. And then Monday, everybody will have all this research and just be a great sport Monday. Don't fire them at for the life of me. Don't fire them at 3:00, because then the lunch bunch isn't going to be able to talk about it. I want everybody to eat. You know what I'm saying?
That's nice of you.
I
have this saying.
I want Dan and Jeff to eat. I want all of them to eat.
Right.
Jaguars today. It's a 2-hour show dedicated to the Jaguars. They should be able to talk about the fired head coach.
I agree. I agree. I have this saying. We have this saying at 6 Points that expectations are an honor. If people have expectations of you, that is a privilege, an honor. That means that you have given them something to expect. So when I say don't screw it up, that matches my level of expectations that I have been given by the Jaguars. So while I don't disagree with T-Wig, what I'm saying is the first step is to not screw something up before you can get better at something.
Okay.
Self-sabotage will kill you.
So last night when I was talking about losers, we were talking about Cobra Kai and how I love the way he talks to the people. And it sounds bad, but there's a moral in it, right? All the kids' confidence came up and they learned, I got to be able to handle this. People talking to me and I got to change it.
Had you never seen Karate Kid?
I had. But again, it's just coming back, and I'm watching.
Okay, all right.
When he called the kid Lip, he was like, Lip. He was like, please stop calling me Lip. He's like, well, I can't stop calling you Lip when your lip is sitting there looking at me or whatever. And then he goes back and Lip's confidence boosted because he changed the conversation. I would tell people, your son stinks or your kid's not any good, and it's not a mean place. I'm just not the guy to come here and boost your child's self-esteem falsely. We're gonna earn that, right? I'm gonna let you know where you're truly at, so that you can know where we can actually go. I charge a lot of money, and I don't have the time to waste. You can go pay other people to boost your babysit and boost your child's self-esteem. That's not what James Coleman does. So, again, you're right. I see it. Tony Konza is a terrible GM. A terrible owner. Shad let's be real. Shad bought this shiny toy for his son. And he's just a good dad. It's like I bought the PlayStation 5 for my kid. That's my level of Shad Khan-ness. I can't afford a franchise. But Shad can just go buy people for his kid. And that's what he does. But he's done a terrible job with this toy. He's done good with wrestling though. Just not good with football. But
you know what Shad knows is Shad knows money. And Shad understands, I hope now, of what has been gifted to him in his lap, and now the appropriate resources can be put towards making this the shiny toy that Shad wants to have. And I believe that is going to happen now. I think that
Shad knows a lot, Trevor. That's what Shad knows.
Yeah.
He saw he saw all the damn articles this week written about Lenny Curry and Elijah.
It's been a heck of a media week for us, by the way.
We gotta take a break, man, because we got to do this stuff the right way. Because this is the Frangie Show, and this is the bell cow of 1010XL. But with the Sports Den sitting in with Andrew Gibby at the producer helms, we'll come back and do we want to just talk about this week because nobody knows who the hell we are.
Sure, we'll talk about
Let's
this
talk
week,
about
and
this week
also,
and what we've done.
I want to get some transfer portal stuff later too, because there's some interesting stuff happening.
I'm with that. All right, we'll talk about us and the transfer portal stuff on the other side.
The Frangie Show, live from the Hastings Injury Law Firm Studios on 1010XL. Hit back with Hastings.
I thought early on we did some good things. Lennon drops toward the end zone once DJ Chark. DJ goes up and gets it. That's going to be a touchdown. Chark attack in the corner of the end zone. So we got the turnover. It is picked off by Joe Schobert in the end zone, and the Jags turn away the Chicago Bears. But I thought we were making some throws there. Fires deep downfield toward the end zone. This ball is caught for the touchdown. Laviska Shenault, hasta La Visca. We got one more game left. The way I look at it is we've got ourselves a game starting in 2021, so let's just change this thing.
Next up, Indianapolis, Sunday at 4:25 on 1010XL.
Attention men and women, if you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry, this free examination, normally $199, is yours for free and good only through Sunday. For your free examination, call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Call now.
The 2021 Hills Pass from Hidden Hills Golf Club is on sale now. Unlimited golf in 2021 for one low price. Visit hillspass.com today to purchase yours or call us at 620-0910.
I'm Glenn Levine, a board-certified civil trial lawyer. That means the Florida bars recognize me as an expert in the field of civil trial. As a trial lawyer, I'm trained to investigate every aspect of your case. If you've been involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call me, Glenn Levine, at the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Jacksonville.
Hey Jacksonville, Safety Tom here with Remedy Staff. Concerned about keeping your family safe during these difficult times? We are as well. Wash your hands frequently. Self-monitor. If you have symptoms, self-isolate to keep friends, family, and coworkers safe. Need a doctor? Don't just show up. Give them a heads up. Call the COVID hotline for guidance at 1-866-779-6121. These are just a few quick safety tips from Remedy Staff, keeping you, your family, friends, coworkers, and our healthcare workers safe in Jacksonville.
Blue here for the Blue Crab House, Maryland style crab house right here in Jacksonville. They're up. The guidelines remain the same. All right, distances between tables, all employees masked and gloved. Tableware and chairs sanitized after every use. Now, curbside pickup available. Open each and every day except for Monday, 4:30 through 9. For the best, just go to the bluecrabcrabhouse.com, located on Julington Creek Road.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On December 31st, 1967, the NFL championship game, dubbed as the Ice Bowl, would be played between the Green Bay Packers and Dallas Cowboys, which was played in minus 13-degree weather.
There's always a good reason to compare homeowners' insurance rates. You may be paying too much. Protect your home with a Southern Oak insurance policy today.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Hi, I'm professional golfer Russell Noakes, and when it came time for me to purchase my home, I was looking for professionals to guide me through the buying process, and I chose Exit Real Estate Gallery. The professionals were enjoyable to work with and made all the transactions very easy. And I would definitely recommend using Exit Real Estate Gallery to purchase your home.
Thanks, Russell. If you're looking to buy or sell, your one stop in Jacksonville, Exit Real Estate Gallery. Go online right now at propertyinjax.com.
Contractors need concrete demoed and hauled off? Get that concrete the plunk out of there. Call Plunk's Concrete Recycling and Demo. We want to recycle that clean concrete and have a storage yard to take it on. Need a pump truck or concrete can? We rent them. Now hiring equipment operators and construction superintendents. Plunk's Concrete Recycling and Demo. 924-0006. Or online at CustomConcreteJax.com. That's CustomConcreteJax.com. Get that concrete the plunk out of there.
Celebrate the end of this crazy year and look forward to a more normal 2021 with a visit this week to Diamonds Direct. Now through January 2nd, we've extended our special 4-year zero-interest holiday finance offer so you can pick any item, get the guaranteed best value price, and spread your payments over 4 years with zero interest. It's a great week to shop Diamonds Direct. Guys, maybe you need a Christmas do-over gift after thinking a new robot vacuum cleaner was a good idea. Or maybe you're getting engaged over New Year's weekend or upgrading her diamond. Whatever the reason, we've got you covered with the best selection and the best prices and a completely no-risk shopping environment. And yes, through January 2nd, you can still take advantage of our incredible holiday finance offer. 4 years, zero interest on anything and everything, so you can splurge without breaking the bank. Start the new year with some new excitement, new hope, and some new bling. Happy New Year 2021 from your friends at Diamonds Direct. Get details, directions, and more at diamondsdirect.com. Approved credit.
Looking for that holiday pet that won't destroy your home? Ocean Reef Pets has salt and freshwater tanks from first tank to expert, and is the largest shop in Northeast Florida with the largest selection. Ocean Reef Pets in Neptune Beach. OceanReefPets.com.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
It's an old rock Thursday. Music the way it should be, or at least used to be, on the Frangie Show.
These guys, like, so they were, like, AC/DC was, like, I guess one of the best bands of the 80s or something? Rock bands?
Yeah, I mean, best bands ever.
Right. Yeah, they started in, I guess, early 70s, something like that. That's what we're actually honoring today, I guess you could say. 1973, AC/DC made its live debut in Australia, and that's why we got AC/DC on Old Rock Thursday today.
Okay, because I'm about to say, like, this is literally, like, all these songs have been played in, like, a lot of movies that I recognize.
Yeah, and, like, every stadium, too.
Gibby, I got a question for you. So when they told you, hey, New Year's Eve, the Sports Den is going to be in for us.
Yeah.
Did the next thing out of their mouth go, do not let them pick the music?
No, they didn't say anything about it.
Okay. I was just curious. I was just curious.
I was like, cool, man. I'll go ahead and pick something, and we'll have fun with it.
I like this song, Highway Down.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I think AC/DC is one of those that Guns N' Roses, AC/DC's, like, if you don't listen to them for a little while, and then all of a sudden you can get into this whole, like, 2-month binge on them.
I could feel I could dig it. Yeah. Listen, man, Twitter's an awesome place. You know, there's a lot of things that can remind you about how great the world is that we live in. And one of the most unique things that I'm still always trying to understand is time zones. There was this show, Pete and Pete, I remember they talked about Halloween, and they were trying to trick or treat, and they didn't want to stop trick or treat. So, like, they trick or treated in one time zone, tried to run and get to the next one, and they kept celebrating Halloween. Well, New Year's Eve is the same way. Like, when we see the ball, when you celebrate, they'll show how it's that. And did you know it's New Year's Eve in Australia? I mean, it's already New Year's, excuse me, in Australia.
Yeah.
2021.
Australia.
We're there ahead of time. Apparently the rest of the United States, we're still in 2020, except for one little small slither. We call it North Cuba, aka Miami. They're still stuck in 2001. I'll give that props to that original tweet by that guy, Hunna, whatever. That guy, HUNNAA, give him his props. Miami fans are really still stuck. And did you know, like, I'm joking with you about y'all getting destroyed, but it's really nothing in it. I mean, listen, I know we stink. Like, you guys.
Nobody has anything to brag about right now.
Except the University of Miami fans. There are guys claiming that they're the best team in the state.
Stop, Miami. Stop. Y'all are embarrassing yourself now. And it's getting to that point now where you're just embarrassing yourself to stop.
When I said, I truly felt in my heart of hearts, and I had rankings and I had statistics and a 10-win season to back me up, right? That I felt we wanted Bama when Florida State did it. And I learned the hard way that I don't want Bama.
You're talking about a couple years ago, Jimbo's last year.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
These guys really think with De'Aaron King, even if he was healthy, and I hope he, recovers well in his back if he needs to. Actually, you know what? No, I don't, because I don't want that badness to happen to him. Because if he plays Alabama, bad things will happen to him.
That's their week 1?
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
They're saying, they thought, we want Bama, dog.
No.
Is that not insane? Is there, it's
you don't want none.
Something clinically wrong with a lot of, not JJ. JJ's cool. JJ is understandable. JJ just hey, man, listen, that's just my team. But, there are people who really are and they're not even going to understand that I'm trying to look out for their safety, because I've made that mistake before with the actual good team, where it's supposed to be a good team. You're about to make that mistake, and you don't want those problems.
Mm-mm. No, Bama's just going to reload. It doesn't matter who leaves, who stays, whatever it is. They're just going to reload. Does Mac Jones win the Heisman, or is this Devontae Smith thing? Is this just Devontae Smith is the odds-on favorite now to win the Heisman?
He should be.
You think so?
Mac shouldn't get it, and it's not because Mac didn't. It's not because I think Mac is like Kyle Trask. It's not that. It's just what his wide receiver and his running back were able to do are just are extraordinary in a short amount of time.
Hadn't that been the case in almost every quarterback winning the Heisman? Haven't they had dominant guys like that? I mean, it's
not Lamar.
It's kind of part of the thing.
Tebow was it?
No, Tebow was not it.
Tebow wasn't the best player on his team when he won.
Percy?
Didn't Percy get hurt his sophomore year?
And he had Aaron Hernandez
after that. Yeah, Percy and Aaron
Tebow
Hernandez
won his sophomore year.
That's what I'm saying. But Percy was hurt that year. That's the reason why they. If you remember with Percy, Florida went wherever Percy went. So when Percy was good his freshman year and he was good his junior year, national championships happened. Him leaving early, because I believe that's what happened. He left early. That's why they didn't win it Tebow's senior year.
Yeah, I don't. So I'm not taking anything away from Devontae Smith in any way, stretch or form. I just, the consistent thing for Alabama this year has been Mac Jones. I mean, before Devontae was Jalen Waddle. If they'd given the ball to the running back more, he would win it. I mean, he's probably the best player on the team. He is the best player on the team. But I just think if you're going through the year and who did the most, Mac Jones had an amazing year. I don't know how
it's not taking
all of a sudden.
It's not taking anything from him, man. It's just when I saw 17 touchdowns, man.
Somebody did this the other day, though. And I don't have it in front of me. But they put up D.D. Westbrook stats with Baker Mayfield. And it was the exact same stat line as what Devontae Smith is.
Really? So Baker had 35 touchdowns?
Yeah, D.D. had the same year that Devontae Smith has had as a receiver his last year at Oklahoma, and when Baker won the Heisman, and they were just saying, look, the same thing. And I remember when D.D. was drafted here, we were both like, wow, that's a heck of a get. But obviously, I don't know. I just think it just kind of surprises me all of a sudden. It went from quarterback to all of a sudden now Devontae Smith is up there, and he is dang good. I think Jalen Waddle's better, but he is really good, and they've got 5 more like him coming behind him. So Miami, y'all don't want any of that smoke. By the way.
Also, but now this was in 2 extra games. Mac is at 3,500, right? Just over that.
I don't have it in front of me.
All right. Well, Baker threw for 4,600 yards, 43 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. He had 2 more games.
Yeah,
but that was. Those are Baker's stats.
Oh no, Baker won it. There's no doubt.
Even when you take the 17 away, and Mac has 3,700 yards in 11 games, 32 touchdowns. It's good. It's no knock. It's
definitely either one winning is not a. Both of them, you can make the case for. There's no doubt about that. Kyle Trask, you can make the case for. Because the vote was in before last night, right? So,
I hope so.
I mean, you could you can make the case for all of these guys. Trevor Lawrence, you can make the case for as a lifetime achievement award. Like, I mean, there's all these different things. It is the most intriguing Heisman race in a while. It'll be the closest, I think, that we've had in a while. So, out of all this mess that we got out of college football this year, at least we're going to have a decent Heisman Trophy ceremony, I guess.
Talk about bad games, but interesting. This West Virginia Army game.
Oh gosh,
is awful, but great defense. Like, if Army, I think, and I don't think this president.
Is it great defense?
West Virginia has a good offense, and it's 3-0. That's just and like I'm not saying West Virginia's defense is playing well. Army's defense is playing well, but that's what I mean. But whoever the next candidate is, not these guys, because I know they don't really give a damn about the service academies in this manner. They've got to say that these guys have to hire somebody that's going to bring them into the new millennium, at least. Like,
would Army win though?
I think Army could win with
if they got out of the triple option, because I mean, we all know the reason why people run triple option. It's because nobody ever sees it, and so it gives them a chance in games. If they get out of the triple option, you think Army could recruit well enough to athletically line up and go?
West Point would have to ease up on the weight weight restrictions. Navy does it. So, like, I mean, the other service academies do it. They got to, so they can have 300-pound linemen. Like, all their linemen, their biggest guys are like 275, so that's hard. But I don't know, man. It's just hard. Like, they got some – they were really good this year.
It's a hard watch.
So, like, the Army-Navy game is amazing for the pomp and circumstance, but it's a terrible football game. It's one of the worst football I've ever watched in my life.
But, I'm sitting here watching this, and it's just like,
it's like I just keep glancing up and I just keep seeing the same fullback dive get and I'm like, dude, fullback dive was not designed for 1st and 10. It's just not. It's not a pull.
So you're saying we are leaving the wishbone and wing tee offense behind in 2020?
Yes, it needs to stay. It does not need to go any further. It's a roaring 20s offense. The problem is we're a century away from that. So let's do something different. But we were talking a little bit about ourselves, and we got a couple minutes before we got to take a break, and what the Sports Den is about. But this week, if you didn't get it, check out Nate Monroe's article in the Times-Union. The First Coast News did something. We had Lenny Curry come on last Sunday, and I think people don't understand that even if you're a public official, you're not a public official 168 hours in a week. I know you should serve the people as much as you can.
That's how many hours are in a week?
I think so. It was 40. Yeah, it's close enough.
Solid, man. Solid. Okay.
Like, there are times when he's going to have to use the bathroom. It's times when he's going to eat. It's times when he's going to be with his wife. He's going to watch his son's games. He's going to you get to be a normal person. I don't really know what everybody else was doing at 8:45 on a Sunday, but I wasn't even doing Mad Dad impersonations at that time. Like, I was on the high of a game. Like so we had Lenny come on, take a break from serving the people, and just talk to us about if this could have any.
Just like what happens in the sports den.
Yeah,
it's like you're in your living room.
And people were like, you should be fighting crime. Or like, dude, it's 8:45 p.m. on a Sunday.
You should be fighting crime. Lenny should have been out in the streets, huh?
Hold your horses. There's no legislation that can get passed right now. It's during a holiday. People are chilling right now, bro. I promise you it'll be there. And it's just funny to see the reaction, the positive, the negative, the different things. But that's kind of what we are able to give people is people come on our show and just talk.
I had a crazy week though, man. Because there was that, and then there was the Florida State drama with me earlier in the week, and then there was the Trevor Lawrence tweet that resurfaced from 2017, from August before his senior year, of me saying that the Jacksonville Jaguars would draft him in 2021 with the #1 overall pick. So I've never had a social media week the way that I've had. That one tweet right there in the last 3 days, I looked earlier, has gotten over 1 million impressions.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's been interesting, and it's definitely been entertaining. Can't tell you how many people have asked me for lottery numbers. Like, do people understand though? I almost feel bad about this because, like, what I said at the time wasn't that big of a deal. The Jags had not gone to the AFC Championship, so them having the #1 pick. This was before that. them having the number 1 pick wasn't that far of a stretch. And I'm literally sitting on the sidelines watching a guy throw a football like I've never seen anybody throw it in his life. It wasn't that big of a prediction. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like there's people that predicted coronavirus. Like that was a big thing. Like there's like several people that have predicted stuff like that.
The Simpsons predicting Trump being the president was pretty big too.
Right. Me predicting that this 6'6" blonde-haired kid that's throwing a ball 65 yards effortlessly in high school is going to get drafted to a bad football team at the number 1 overall pick. It's really not that impressive, I don't think. I'd like to take more credit for it, James, but I just really can't.
Well,
I didn't impress myself.
You know, it's still a good catch. So I'm sorry. I'm not going to let you get out that easy. But we're going to stay on this break thing, continue to do our best. This is the Sports Den filling in for the Frangie Show on 1010XL. We'll be right back.
The Frangie Show, live from the Hastings Injury Law Firm Studios on 1010XL. Hit back with Hastings.
If you know how to pick winners, be one of 16 weekly winners in the Weekly Pick'em Contest.
Woo!
Brought to you by J. David Tax Law.
Woo! You could win a wing party from Wingstop.
Woo! Log on to 1010XL.com.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. Clayton, let's talk about diamond cutting. How is a diamond price affected by the way it is cut?
Frank, that's probably the most important question asked about diamonds, because the trade-off between a diamond cut for maximum beauty and one that's not is the diamond's carat weight. You see, diamond cutters buy rough diamonds based on quality and weight. So as they cut the rough diamond, everything cut away affects profits. However, there's specific known cutting parameters, and each deviation from these means they have a heavier, less beautiful diamond. Unfortunately, a customer can't detect all those cutting imperfections. They need expert help about a diamond's cut grade. You see, for any round diamond of a particular color, clarity, and carat weight, there are as many as 10 different prices that can vary by as much as 50%. At Underwoods, we look specifically at how a diamond's cut before we look at anything else, because it's the most important factor when it comes to a diamond's beauty, and to us, whether it should carry the Underwood name or not.
Hi, I'm Mark Brunell, and if you're building a winner, it's nice to have an All-American on your side. For your construction waste needs, there is no one better than All-American Roll-Off and Recycling. Locally owned, I've trusted All-American for years, and you can too. New cans, new trucks, and a new standard of professionalism. You can trust your blind side with this All-American.
One call, that's All-American Roll-Off and Recycling.
The Truck Accident Law Firm is a national truck crash law firm based right here in Jacksonville, focused on making First Coast roads safer through zealous advocacy for families of those injured or killed by unsafe trucking. The Truck Accident Law Firm focuses exclusively on tractor-trailer, bus, and commercial vehicle crashes. If someone you know is involved in a serious crash with a tractor-trailer or commercial vehicle, contact your local truck crash specialists at truckcrashlaw.com. Non-attorney spokesperson.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy. Thanks to the coaches and the schools who believe in our team at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
This is head coach Ferland Dormery of Trinity Christian Academy High School. Our athletic program selected Southeast Orthopedic Specialists to work with our state championship football team and will continue to use them. We recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. I want my Woody's barbecue.
Okay, virus haters, take a deep breath and pay attention. Woody's Barbecue has locations all over town and also in Fernandina on East State Road 200. So no matter where you are, there's a Woody's near you. So the next time you're craving barbecue ribs, pork, or turkey, head for Woody's in Fernandina.
This is Woody Mills. Happy holidays from Woody's Barbecue.
At Woody's Barbecue, it's what we do.
Let's eat.
In 1919, my great-grandfather founded Catlin as a Studebaker dealership, and now we're the oldest truck accessory store in the U.S. This is Keith Catlin, and I'm proud to be the fourth-generation owner. If you need anything for your truck, van, or SUV, come see us. From Lear toppers to roll-and lot bed covers to trailer hitches and everything in between. Let us take care of all your accessory needs. Quality counts at Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
Attention diesel mechanics. Republic Services is now hiring in Duval and St. Johns County. And with Republic Services, new diesel mechanics get a $2,000 sign-on bonus, $1,000 yearly tool allowance, and competitive benefits. Republic Services will even pay for your ASC certifications and offer a bonus for each certification earned. Join the Republic Services team and make a positive impact on your community and environment today. Visit republicservices.jobs for more information and to apply. Wear the star, drive your career.
Every day, 3,000 kids come through Boys and Girls Club doors across Greater Jacksonville. Michael Hugh here, chairman of Boys and Girls Clubs of Northeast Florida. As we kick off the new year, we ask your help to create great futures for kids who need us most. Our clubs provide a place for our city's kids to belong, enhancing their lives with quality programs and a positive environment. So visit Boys and Girls Clubs of Northeast Florida at bgcnf.org to learn how you can help create great futures.
Get ready for Jags at Home Sunday, a second screen viewing experience with Ashlyn Sullivan and Eric Dunn. Win weekly cash and prizes totaling more than $10,000. Visit jagsathome.com.
What's up, guys? I'm Tim Tebow. 10 years ago, when I started the Tim Tebow Foundation, we did it with the goal of bringing comfort to those in need. And you know who stepped up beside us to say we want to be part of that? Florida Home AC. If you have a problem with your HVAC, look no further than Florida Home AC. Whether it's supporting Night to Shine, which is a worldwide prom for people with special needs, or donating HVAC systems to families in need, Florida Home AC is committed to the comfort of its customers and its community. I trust Florida Home AC, and you can too.
The flagship station of the Jaguars, WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach, WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Andrew Gibson for 1010XL. Following last night's game in the Cotton Bowl, Florida quarterback Kyle Trask has declared for the 2021 NFL Draft. Despite a 3-interception performance last night in the Cotton Bowl, Trask set school records in Gainesville this year for passing yards and passing touchdowns with 43, in addition to having 5 400-yard passing games while leading the Gators to the SEC championship game. Kyle Trask on his way to the NFL. Miami Hurricanes quarterback De'Ara King will undergo surgery for a torn ACL in his right knee. King suffered the injury during Miami's bowl game this week against Oklahoma State in Orlando. Coming up tomorrow, the college football playoff semifinals, they get underway at 4 o'clock on ESPN. At 5 o'clock, 73 degrees. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
It's an old rock Thursday. Music the way it should be, or at least used to be, on The Frangie Show.
Oh, my bad. I'm sitting there waiting for the rejoin of the Sports Den. But my bad. It's the Sports Den filling in for the Francis Show. I'm at Big Game James _36, at Denny _Thompson's with me from home, recovering from the COVID. He just could not opt out, didn't want to be on the injury report. But my man, Gibby's got the injury report, though. Who's opting out with the Jags?
The personal injury attorneys of Farah and Farah present this injury update. Farah and Farah, protecting you and your family since 1979.
Well, guys, I think we know based on what has already been announced that James Robinson, his terrific rookie season for the Jags, is going to come to an end. He will not play in Sunday's finale against the Colts with the ankle injury, and I think most would have expected that. Also, DJ Chark, he's missed practice for now 2 consecutive days. He's got a shin injury on the injury report. It doesn't look like Chark's going to play, and honestly, why would he in the final game of the year? So those are the 2 biggest ones. DJ Chark looks like uncertain if he'll play, and James Robinson is out.
James Robinson, I mean, far and away the bright spot, right?
Definitely.
I mean, is there a close second? Either of you that you can think of?
It's a good question. Miles Jack this year?
Yeah, but we shouldn't be expecting this. But this was a much better year. We got it. Yeah, Miles hasn't lived up to what we wanted, and this year he finally, when they put him in the right position, he has.
Yeah, Gibby's right. I mean, that is the only one that you can put in that sentence, isn't it? I mean, outside of that, I don't think there's anybody. I think we all see what LaVisca can be, and that's exciting. just on some levels. But outside of that, I can't even think of anybody else that's just been one of these. That's, oh, look what we have. Still don't know what we have in Henderson. Still don't know what we have in Josh Allen, like we thought we had. Now we don't really know. Caleb Chason, nobody knows, or maybe we do, and that's a problem. So yeah, I mean, James Robinson, definitely the biggest surprise, and hopefully, somebody that can keep up this pace for, at least through his rookie deal.
My man getting out of here. Hopefully Taven not being here will be part of it.
Is that your New Year's resolution?
Definitely.
New Year's resolutions, get Taven out.
Yeah. We got some
just be done. Cut bait.
Dom ribbing you. Dom has got into it, the ABC and chilling mode for New Year's. He's already admitted that. Jigsaw from Saw. I don't know if you're familiar with that movie series, but
no.
That's why I explained it to you. He's this guy who tortures people, in case you didn't know. Denny, you're handcuffed to a time bomb. If you don't mention your tweet about Trevor Lawrence, you will win the game and live. All right, well, how long do I have to talk about my tweet about Trevor coming to Jacksonville? I sent it in 2017, and when he was still in high school. Boom. I guess he's getting you. Denny in line at Chick-fil-A. Can I get a #1 with lemonade? And did you know that in 2017 I tweeted that Trevor Lawrence would come to Jacksonville?
This is all Dom?
Yeah.
This is all Dom? Oh, okay. All right.
Diddy. All right, well, Diddy at the bank. I'd like to deposit this check and let you know about Trevor Lawrence's tweet I made 3 years ago. That's not cool, Dom. I actually told him to do that. What about the kicker? Oh, wow. This is somebody, 254 listens. The kicker who won a gas station prize to play for the Jags. Remember we joked and said that's how they were finding guys?
Yeah, there's that. And then it's like this whole Jags thing this year. I was thinking about it as I was saying that players don't tank earlier. And I was one of the ones that's like, man, nobody's trying to tank. Boy, I was wrong. I think I was wrong. Like, players don't tank. But you look at some of the bizarre moves this year, and maybe we're not giving enough credit to the cons now that I'm thinking about it. Maybe they were playing chess. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. I mean, maybe it wasn't Dave Caldwell that brought the kicker in that had never kicked a field goal.
It was
because
Tony
they ended up
and his
firing
analytics.
him.
It was Tony.
Right. It's not hard to pull up analytics, is it, of some people that never kicked a field goal? I mean,
he's never missed. You know that, right? He's never kicked. He's never kicked a field goal, but he's never missed one. So
yeah. So it'll be good. It'll be good though to get on to the next thing with Trevor Lawrence and with the Jacksonville Jaguars. But I do have this question for you. We haven't talked about that second first-round pick, and there's big games this week to determine that with the Rams. If they get in or don't get in, that makes a huge difference on where that second-round pick is, or that second first-round pick is. What position? Don't give me a person. What position should that second first-round pick be? Or is it a best player available?
Best player available, but offensive tackle is who I would like. Because I'm going to go out there. I know if they fight anywhere near like they play football, I'm safe. Our tackles aren't any good. Neither
what do you mean
one.
If they fight? What are you talking about if they fight?
Like I was just saying, like if they're mad at me saying that they stink, then
I got you.
I'm safe. I'm safe either way, but I'm definitely safe because they can't block a soul at times. So like
they that bad? Are they really?
It can't just be scheme. I'll take the right tackle, the Florida kid,
Juwan Taylor.
But I also know the rumors and why he dropped it was because of his knee. And not just the ACL, it was just basically he's bone on bone. He only has but so much shelf life. But he also doesn't cost me anything. The left tackle, though, I got to pay Cam. And I just don't see it. I don't see paying him for the potential just because he's young and he's a left tackle. And he'll be one of the youngest free agent left tackles in the market. I'd rather take my chances with a rookie because I've seen what he's been able to do. And both him and Juwan had promising rookie years, but there was still a lot of flaws and they never progressed. And that's the problem is this is a huge investment. Like I need to know that his blind side is protected. I need to know that.
Are you saying that let me just make sure I'm reading you right on this. Are you saying that what you feel like you can get at 20, 24, at 18, whatever it is, whatever
as
that
good
pick
as I can get for what I got right now, and I'll
Okay.
save myself. I'll probably save myself $5 to $6 million a year.
Oh, it's gonna be more than that.
Well, yeah,
It's gonna be a lot more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, left tackle's gonna be a lot more than that. I would love to actually get. We say this all the time about how we're not offensive line guys. So I would actually love to see what these guys truly have graded out at, because I don't know. I don't know how the offensive line has been. I think at times the offensive line has actually been pretty decent
There are
this
times,
year.
but that's like one of those things where you don't want to say sometimes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And to their defense, and I had our guy Photo Bowles say that there's times where he's got shots where they're wide open. Somebody's not seeing it, right? Like there's a disconnect between the person, the thrower of the football, and said catchers of football. But if you've got those guys clicking and they're moving faster, that can make your offensive line look better.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if the receiver that we need to come in here and create that, that tipping point is in the draft. Like I don't need a rookie if a rookie comes in, it could be the number one receiver off rip, then that just means everything about the NFL that I've grown to believe is just false.
So at what point do you replace, or not replace, at what point do you draft James Robinson's running mate? We talked about this a couple years ago.
Early second round pick, if it's there.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of guys that are available in this draft.
There are.
Like, you got, was it Chuba from Oklahoma State that didn't even play in the game? Like he's a guy that nobody's even talking about, and he produced again. He's nothing but produce in college. There's a ton of running backs that are available that we can get that can give you similar to what James Robinson has done. But
yeah, I think the Jags are in a situation where, and I know I asked the question what position, and you answered it, and I'm going to do the same, but they are, if there was ever a team that it really is, whatever that pick is, it's the best player available, is probably this team. I mean, obviously, unless that's a quarterback. But if you've got a DB that fell, like that's the one that pops in my head. Yeah. If you've got a corner that you have a top 12 grade on, he just fell a little bit because the quarterbacks all snuck in and 4 or 5 got drafted in the first 15. That would be the position for me.
There's a guy who I believe might do that. And he's a local kid.
Who's Sean Wade?
I think Sean Wade will fall.
Yeah.
Not because I don't like Sean. It's just
I don't think, is that a fall? Is that a fall for Sean?
Sean came back to be the number one corner. He came back to be C.J. Henderson.
The number one corner is going to be.
Then it's not going to be him.
The kid from Alabama.
Yeah, but the year that Sean had just wasn't like Sean could have left last year and realistically been in the same draft position he is right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think corner is the position that I would like to see for a bunch of different reasons. This draft, though, is like really deep at receiver, really deep at safety. For the first time, the last couple of years, I know we've been talking about like needing that Mike backer, that inside linebacker. And the last couple of drafts, there's been 1 or 2 guys. This draft seems to have like 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that we've got old boy from Cleveland here has had a good year, but you go ahead, draft one of those in the 3rd or 4th round too. Building around Trevor Lawrence doesn't just mean offensive tackles, wide receivers, running backs. Like it means that whole support system. And
right,
I think Trevor, you have to. If you're a generational quarterback, you're going to be able to put, 24 a game up in the NFL. And so you need a defense that keeps them from scoring that.
Right.
That's really what we're looking at here in Jacksonville. Is
a true pass catcher.
Well, if Pitts is there, and there's no way Pitts is going to be there,
Pitts
right?
Pitts is there. You take Pitts. Brevin Jordan's there in the 2nd round. You take Brevin Jordan. Man,
I've seen Brevin. What happened to him? I've seen like mocks with him.
He was hurt
3rd round now.
He was hurt a significant portion. He's not a big. But neither is Pitts. But Pitts is also a lot more dynamic in the passing game.
Oh yeah, I don't even think. Yeah, I don't.
But Brevin is good in the passing game, but he's not. He's neither one of those. He's not the tight end. He's not better than Pitts. And I know Miami fans really like to go back and forth, but like you got to be honest with yourself. You got to look in the mirror.
Well,
he's not better than our guy.
I have a CBS Sports mock draft that just came out 2 hours ago. Do we want to hit, or 4 hours ago? Do we want to hit that when we come back?
Yeah, let's hit that when we come back. We'll talk mock drafts. Try to get some transfer portal talk in too as well. This is the Sports Den, filling in for the Frangie Show. I'm at Big Game James _36. That's at Denny _Thompson. Go to thehumidor.com, type in Sports Den for 20% off. Get you some cigars. Go to ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, and let's pour up, toast up safely coming into the new year.
The Frangie Show, live from the Hastings Injury Law Firm Studios on 1010XL. Hit back with Hastings.
During football season, you'll find first-class tailgate parties all over the First Coast. Get yourself entered in the ultimate tailgate. Win a family barbecue feast from Sonny's Barbecue. Want a bite? Enter now at 1010XL.com.
Nimnick Chevrolet celebrating the holidays all month long, offering GM employee pricing on all new models. Are you frustrated with bogus internet prices just to get you into the dealership? Well, Nimnick Chevrolet has been doing business with honesty and integrity for 80 years. Others may waste your time and play games, not at Nimnick. They stand behind theirs with the best price guarantee. Shop over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles online at nimnickchevy.com. That's Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941.
Celebrate the end of this crazy year and look forward to a more normal 2021 with a visit this week to Diamonds Direct. Now through January 2nd, we've extended our special 4-year zero-interest holiday finance offer, so you can pick any item, get the guaranteed best value price, and spread your payments over 4 years with zero interest. It's a great week to shop Diamonds Direct. Guys, maybe you need a Christmas do-over gift after thinking a new robot vacuum cleaner was a good idea. Or maybe you're getting engaged over New Year's weekend, or upgrading her diamond. Whatever the reason, we've got you covered with the best selection and the best prices and a completely no-risk shopping environment. And yes, through January 2nd, you can still take advantage of our incredible holiday finance offer. 4 years, zero interest on anything and everything, so you can splurge without breaking the bank. Start the new year with some new excitement, new hope, and some new bling. Happy New Year 2021 from your friends at Diamonds Direct. Get details, directions, and more at diamondsdirect.com.
Here around 1010XL, there are a couple things that you know we love. We love sports, and man, do we love to eat. And when it comes to eating, Daly's Dash is the perfect pit stop for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. They make their sandwiches with more meats and more cheeses, just the way we like them. And right now, on special, 2 piled high biscuits, 2 for just $5. Daly's also sources and roasts their own top quality coffee beans. Daly's Dash, because more is better.
This is Hayes Carline for Spicklemeyer Insurance Agency. John Spicklemeyer knows about protection as the best offensive lineman to ever come out of Jacksonville. He's always taken that O-line pride in his protection, from being the city's player of the year at Bowles to playing for Notre Dame. John has always gotten the job done for those who depend on him, and he'll do that for you, like he has me. John Spicklemeyer is my agent. Call John today at 471-7155 for all your insurance needs. That's Spicklemeyer Insurance Agency, protecting what's most important to you. Call John today at 471-7155.
Former Jacksonville Pro Bowler Leon Searcy is serving up lunch on XL Primetime.
His resume is how he played in the season.
Brought to you by Wingstop.
I down blocked with all my funk, and he did not move.
Weekdays at noon on 1010XL.
I'm with Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville, and I always like to say this, Greg. It's the big boy store for big boy toys. Christmas shopping for yourself. That's a cool place to be.
It is. We've got a great lineup. You can come in, get one for yourself, get one for your kids. You've seen such a resurgence in the off-road market, dirt bikes. It's a great family event. It's outdoors. Get you away from all the crowds.
So you're talking a full selection of anything that anybody wants to see from Santa on Christmas.
Absolutely. From the small little 50s to the 450s.
Check out Cycles of Jacksonville.
Contractors need concrete demoed and hauled off? Get that concrete the plunk out of there. Call Plunk's Concrete Recycling and Demo. We want to recycle that clean concrete and have a storage yard to take it on. Need a pump truck or concrete can? We rent them. Now hiring equipment operators and construction superintendents. Plunk's Concrete Recycling and Demo, 924-0006. Or online at CustomConcreteJacks.com. That's CustomConcreteJacks.com. Get that concrete the plunk out of there.
Week 17 is upon us, and more than half the teams are vying for playoff position. And with the haves trying to knock off the have-nots this weekend, there's plenty of action to track at betonline.net. Then the stage will be set for the pro football playoffs. And betonline.net will have odds, lines, and props all the way through the championship. Check out all the action this week at betonline.net as the journey to Tampa gets underway. Always available online or on your mobile device. Visit betonline.net today. Bring the game home at betonline.net.
Ackerman Urology gives you the home field advantage. Don't trust your sexual health to the internet. Our local urologists treat prostate disease and sexual health issues to ensure your confidence and wellness. Don't ignore symptoms that hold you back. Visit AckermanUrology.com.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a medical professional who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information.
Listen, guys, we're told we're not supposed to feel down or stressed or depressed or anxious. We're supposed to stuff it all down and act like everything's okay, right? But the truth is, it's not so great sometimes, is it? 4Hims can help. At 4Hims.com, you can connect with licensed psychiatry providers. And with a convenient video chat and evaluation, they can decide if medication would be appropriate for you and have it shipped to your door. Hims makes it affordable, even without insurance. Finding the right person to talk to can be hard, but Hims makes it easy. You'll look back and wonder why you waited so long. If you're not feeling yourself, you don't have to bottle up feelings of stress and depression and anxiety. All you have to do is go to 4Hims.com. Get started with a private mental health consultation at 4Hims.com/health. That's 4Hims.com/health. FORHIMS.com/HEALTH.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
It's an Old Rock Thursday. Music the way it should be, or at least used to be, on The Frangie Show.
The sportsden filling in for the Frangie Show on a Old Rock Thursday. Is that what it's called? Classic Rock Thursday?
That's it. Old Rock Thursday.
Old Rock Thursday. Okay. AC/DC. I'm jamming out. I'm at Big Game James _36. If you're wondering why I don't sound like Frank Frangie, I'm with at Denny _Thompson on the other side of that. Those are the Twitter and IG handles. 962. Can we get a Mad Dad's New Year's message and warning for the people? Let's see what we can do. Bert, hey guys, does ABC have Leon cigars? I'm not sure. The cigars are. I thought he was telling me that they might try to do something. I don't know. I know Leon's reached out, but I'm not.
Well, Leon has cigars, a book come out this. Leon's
Book's pretty good
busy this year.
Book's pretty
Is
good.
it?
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
haven't read it yet. They got it on book on tape on that?
I'm gonna tell you this because it's my guy Leon, and I don't know if they don't pay me nothing, but you want Leon cigars? Island Grill on Gay Parkway got them. So
there you go.
That's just Leon. That's doing you a solid, but like, I don't like when people buy their cigars not from ABC.
Right.
But we'll go with that. But let's talk about this transfer portal a little bit because we've gotten way too heavy in the NFL like we normally don't do.
Oh, okay. I had the mock draft.
My bad. Well, let's do the mock drafting. Let's go ahead.
I was just gonna throw a couple things out there because we all know Trevor. Number 2 is Zach Wilson. We're starting to see that more and more and more. And they have this CBS Sports. They have Justin Fields falling all the way to 9 in this one. By the way, the first corner off in this one is Caleb Farley. Pick 4 corner Caleb Farley from Virginia Tech goes to Atlanta.
Oh, that's the one who opted out.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he's good.
I'm trying to see where they've got. Yeah, Patrick Surtain is at 12 to Dallas. Trey Lance, 14 to San Francisco. Kyle Pitts going to 15 to New England.
See?
Gregory Rousseau, the edge rusher from Miami, 16.
Now, that's the one who came from Temple, right? Or is that one of their home? No, that's their homegrown one.
No, that's homegrown.
That's the one who opted out.
Wyatt Davis, the offensive lineman from Ohio State, is who CBS Sports has the Jags picking with their second first-round pick, which they have at pick number 21. So that, James, you would have been right. Offensive line with that second first-round pick. And then that's pretty much all I was wanting to see there. Asante Samuel in the first round.
Really? I don't see that.
Yeah,
I see him being a good 29. NFL player. But I don't see a market for 5'8", undersized corners.
Yeah, I think it's weird that the Eric Stokes kid, the corner from Georgia, they've got him going after Asante Samuel. Like, Eric Stokes is every bit as explosive, but he's 3 inches taller.
Army just scored a touchdown for those.
Is it the same drive we were talking about an hour ago?
No, West Virginia made a big play to go up 10-7, and it's similar though. I'll be honest with you, like if
it looked the same.
If you weren't paying same end zone, if you weren't paying attention, you would be like, Jeez, they're still
They just
driving?
capped off a 41-minute drive. Hey, the transfer portal stuff, though, I think this is like something to keep an eye on because it's changing recruiting right now in a big way, especially with this COVID year. The transfer portal, as the kids would say, is lit. Like, it is whatever you want, it's there. If you want a 4-star offensive lineman that was signed, that has got 2 years experience, you can go get them. You want a quarterback, a backup quarterback, whatever you can go get them. All these guys have been in, they maybe not have been on college football fields in real game experience, but they have all been in college weight rooms. And they all just had a free year. And so now, instead of going and signing the 18-year-old, now you can go sign the 20-year-old who's got basically the same amount of eligibility left. And he's 25 pounds heavier and has been involved in a college. Like, when you phrase it that way, because that's the way I had a college coach phrase it to me this past week. When you phrase it that way, boy, it makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. And then the way kids are going to college now, I think you were one of the first people that I heard actually like frame it as a strategy. And this is free game. So typically we tell you not to listen to our show in regards to your kids. Listen to our show right now. Make your kids understand that schooling is important, not just because it's cool, but to try to graduate with that AA. Like, the state of Florida will basically pay for your community college anyway, but they were definitely doing this and your books as long as you're in high school. So, like, take the classes, do Florida virtual, push yourself so that when you get to college in year 3, you're graduating.
You're done in 3.
You're done in 3, so you could grad transfer no matter what. So if you redshirt your freshman year, you still have 2 years. So you're not a traditional JUCO cat. You're a grad transfer 1, but you've been at a program where you've been developed. So you're more attractive on the transfer market. So where does that come into play? There's a lot of kids who have followed that strategy. There's a young man that I know from a school out in Texas who's interested in, in exploring his options. And he's a JUCO guy, but he's got 3 years left. He's got 4 to play 3 because he went to JUCO with good grades and he got his AA early. And he was the number 1 JUCO linebacker in the nation when it came out. He just went to school at 7. He went to college at 17. It didn't work out.
And instead of going and getting, you said he's a linebacker?
Yeah, he's a linebacker.
Yeah, probably ready to play.
And he's 19 years old, going to come in. So you can go get a 19-year-old with college experience and a good amount of time, decent amount of time to develop. Or you could go get an 18-year-old that's just been dominating other high school kids his age.
That hasn't been on a meal plan, that hasn't been on a weight plan like they have been at these other schools. It stinks for the class of 21 and 22 guys. The NCAA rule of giving the extra year, giving the free year stinks for them, and it is exhausting in what I do with training quarterbacks. Trying to get these guys placed into college right now. It's the hardest thing I've ever done, or hardest year I've ever had with this. But it does make so much sense. And when you start thinking about your favorite college football team, whether that's whoever, and you start thinking about the holes that you have, those holes can be plugged pretty easily with a couple of transfer guys, especially on the O-line, especially on the D-line, like areas where it's been really hard in the past to go recruit and have that guy come in and make a significant contribution right away. Those are the areas that I think you're going to see a lot of teams here in the next 2 months start to really get aggressive in the transfer portal with.
The other thing is this. It's like, if you're in the state of Florida, and I get the pride, right, that comes with it. It's more of a stigma when you're like elementary, middle school than it is in high school, but especially here in Jacksonville, because enough people do it here and enough people understand like the rationale why. I would either have my kid, when Governor DeSantis said you can hold your kid back, I would either held my kid back or I would have pushed them forward. I wouldn't have let him stay in this class. I would have Duval redshirted him, or I would have pushed him out of my house quicker. The reason why is because obviously the 2020 class, there were the spots that were already solidified. 21 is still a question mark. 22 is a question mark, but at least you'll have film. Like you would have, like, especially if you were your kid's a junior, had no offers, so then he goes to a senior. He would have been a junior this year again. So, like, he at least gets a year of film for people to be able to see, and now you're in another class. And that was something that was, I get it. You don't want your kids smart. They're too smart. You can go take junior college classes, and in 4 years, it's going to all balance itself out anyway. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's about being strategic and not paying for school.
It has really been interesting the last couple of weeks to see. This is supposed to be like the recruiting ramp-up period right now. Like, this is when, 22s are supposed to be getting a ton of offers, and we're starting to see in our quarterback world, colleges are starting to pop back out and do a little bit of recruiting, but nowhere near the level that it's been in the past couple of years. What's interesting, though, is to talk to the coaches and hear them talk about we got to see who's coming back, and just the almost like they know now, but 3 weeks ago they had no idea, James. Like, there were so many question marks of, is this guy going to come back and take advantage of this free year, even though he just got a degree, or is he going to go, keep it moving? He's not that great. It's just all these questions that these college coaches are having to answer while they're still prepping for bowl games, while they're still doing all that kind of stuff, that has just put a halt to recruiting. Florida signed how many in early? I don't understand where Florida's putting all these people.
They're going to be they just had another offensive lineman opt out. So they're going to have a bunch of guys who are going to have to make decisions.
Yeah.
And I think and that's something that I know Florida State's done. I know some other schools have done. They've legit just went on and, like, they've told guys, like, hey, we don't want you back.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that. You said it. So
I'm
I'm
going to
glad
be honest with you. Like, they've told, it is cool. It's part. I got it. Like, this is where when people are like, oh, how could you talk about my coach? You could say, like, shut up. Your coach is a business person. Even I love Bobby Bowden to death. Bobby Bowden was a businessman. He ain't this all shucks person that y'all try to make him. Not saying he's out here. He's Don
Corleone. He's a bad guy.
I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm just saying this man was able to navigate the game in the manner in which it needed to be navigated, and that's what these coaches have to. If they're as nice as the person is, if they're as nice a person as they were when they were in your child's living room, you don't want your kid playing for him because he's a loser.
Well, if
he comes in somebody, he's like, yeah, we're just going to be great, and I'm going to love on him. And James, I'm going to be the father that you're not when when you're not there. I'm going to be his daddy, and I'm going to burp him, and I'm going to do all this stuff. Hell no. My son's not going to your school because you're a liar and you're a punk, and I'm going to train him to take your lunch money and beat you up. I need a guy that comes in there and tells me the truth. Yeah. Or at least I would know. Man, I want to get the best players around, and if your son ain't the best player, I'm going to have to eventually move on from him. I don't want to, but if he don't get on my page, he gone. And that's okay.
That's why that NCAA rule was so weird. I think we said this right when it happened, right when they announced this back in, March or April, whenever it was they announced it, about they're going to give everybody a free year of eligibility. We're like, whoa, that sounds good and it's great PR, but it messes a bunch of stuff up. And at the end of the day, it's not like kids are just going to be able to decide. Like, that coach is still deciding if he wants you there or not.
We told y'all this when the transfer portal even happened. All y'all blame the kids because you're punks. It's the coaches that make the decision. We was telling you when they first talked about this 2 years ago that it's going to be coaches placing kids into this portal. But instead of placing the blame where it should go, the adults who's making 6-7 figures, you want to blame it on the kid who's getting compensated by a couple books and a piece of paper that don't mean nothing if it don't have a job attached to it.
Well, I mean, Alabama's been doing this for years.
Alabama notorious. Every year they're 15 to 20 scholarships over. And every year they somehow magically get to 85. There's 22 kids that get in trouble for drug possession. There's no way in the world
none of them are ever starters.
It's none starters, none people you heard of will remember, and it's always an exact number. Look at Alabama. Homework assignment for you people. If you don't believe it, look at where Alabama's at right now with their roster and how many people have signed and then how many they're over, and get back to me in August and tell me how many arrests happened.
And just know it's been happening for like 8 years.
It was 2010. When Saban got there in 2009, he recruited, said, I don't want any of these guys. I'm going to bring my guy. I'm going to bring 25 of my own guys in and some other transfers, and I'm going to move these guys out. That's how you do it. That's how you fix things. That's how you change stuff. It's part of the game. I'm not ridiculing anybody, but I just want to be real about the situation. And the transfer portal is going to be terrible because they're estimating about anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500 kids are going to be left in the transfer portal.
Oh yeah, no, there's no doubt. No, there's a whole other league that could start with kids who are not going to have a place to play. That's the truth.
That and JUCO are going to be popping because there's a lot of kids who would not normally go that route. They're going to have no choice to go that route. Listen, we got to take our final. Is this our final break? Am I saying that right? Okay, I got to take our final. Sorry, listen, we're in the big.
We only got one more segment.
We're in the big chair. I have no idea how this feels. With great power comes
Gibbs,
great
we got one more
responsibility.
segment.
We got one more segment.
We got one more segment left in the year, boys.
One more segment in the year. Stay tuned with us. This is the Frangie Show, but the Sports Den's filling in. Brought to you by thehumidor.com. Get some cigars, 20% off. Go to ABC right now. They're not closed. Buy that good stuff so you can bring in 20. The reason why 2020 is as bad as it is because you came in with cheap liquor. Don't make that mistake again. Go to ABC. Reach to the top. For my short people, they'll give you a little boost. They'll lift you up. Actually, if you go to the town center location, they'll put you on their shoulders and they'll lift you up to the top so that you can get the good stuff. We'll be right back.
The Frangie Show, live from the Hastings Injury Law Firm Studios on 1010XL. Hit back with Hastings.
He's looking. He is firing. Offense scores points.
And it's caught. Touchdown!
Find out who scores the offensive player of the game. Brought to you by Plunks Concrete Recycling and Demo on 1010XL.
Touchdown again!
Subaru of Jacksonville on Atlantic is sharing more love during the Subaru Share the Love event. Subaru of Jacksonville has 0% financing on new Subarus, 90 days with no payments, big year-end savings. Plus, $500 donation with every new Subaru purchase, $250 from Subaru, and a match for $250 from Subaru of Jacksonville through January 4th. Experience the Subaru of Jacksonville difference. Dealer Rater's #1 Subaru dealer in the nation. Online at SubaruofJacksonville.com. Drive a Subaru. You'll buy a Subaru. See dealer website for full details.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Multi-unit hair grafting is now available at IHRS and can give you 3 times more hair in one procedure over a traditional hair transplant.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
You can grow your hair back with this exclusive new procedure. Call now for your free evaluation and see if multi-unit hair grafting or PRP can restore your hair. Call 904-777-IHRS.
My bald spots are gone. Thanks, IHRS.
IHRS is the only clinic in the Southeast to offer all proven solutions to restore your hair and is now offering multi-unit hair grafting. One procedure, more hair.
You've got nothing to lose but more hair. I feel younger, I look younger, and who doesn't want to feel better about themselves?
This year, grow your hair back. Call for a free evaluation. Call IHRS 904-777-IHRS 777-4477.
Are you suffering from shoulder pain? If you have clicking and popping in the shoulder joint, persistent pain that intensifies with use, an inability to lift your arm over your head, or a tingling, burning sensation in the shoulder, elbow, or wrist, waiting to see a doctor could make your injury worse. Baptist Health and Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute have innovative and effective treatment options available right now to relieve your pain and restore your mobility. Don't wait. Call 904-JOI-2000.
Slip and falls can be embarrassing, leaving you in pain and feeling like you've lost control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anna John Levine. After a fall, document the scene by taking photographs. Make sure to get medical attention for any injuries you may have. If you've been injured in a slip and fall, call the law offices of Anna John Levine at 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Office in Jacksonville. Get local wealth and finance advice from someone who's navigating the markets every day. Financial and tax planning, stock market trends, small business, and more. Navigating turbulent markets with Chris Rochelle. Saturday morning at 11 on 1010XL.
Baloo here for the Blue Crab House, Maryland style crab house. Right here in Jacksonville, they're up. The guidelines remain the same. Right, distances between tables, all employees masked and gloved. Tableware and chairs sanitized after every use. Now, curbside pickup available. Open each and every day except for Monday, 4:30 through 9. for the best. Just go to the bluecrabcrabhouse.com, located on Chillington Creek Road.
Kickoff 2021 at the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl.
Number 23 NC State Wolfpack and the Kentucky Wildcats.
Saturday, January 2nd at TIAA Bank Field. Get tickets at TaxSlayerGatorBowl.com or call 904-633-2000.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Hey Jags fans, it's Ashlyn Sullivan.
And Eric Dunn.
Here to tell you about our new
At home
game day experience.
Each game, home or away, we're giving out cash prizes at the end of each quarter, totaling $10,000.
Cash?
Yes, cash money, y'all. Join us at www.jagsathome.com and play along.
Yeah, but we gotta tell them how to play.
Right, that's the easy part.
While you're watching the game on your big screen, visit www.jagsathome.com on your mobile device, tablet, or desktop, and answer Jags trivia and predictive gaming questions that appear on your screen.
The fan with the most points at the end of each quarter will take home a piece of the $10,000 cash prize.
And the leaderboard will refresh at the start of each quarter, giving you multiple chances to win even more cash.
www.jagsathome.com. Home and away.
We'll see you all this Sunday at jagsathome.com.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your renter's insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Great. As a minimalist, I need simple insurance.
Nice place. No furniture?
Nothing spark joy, except for this fruit bowl.
Well, with Liberty Mutual, you only pay for what you need. So there's that.
I mean, look. So beautiful. So empty again.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
That's update. Listen, it's New Year's Eve, Jacksonville. Don't go around drinking, driving, belching, doing stupid things, causing a ruckus. The city is one of the most crime-riddled cities in America. We got to change that. What we need is about 15 individuals to go around and police every Bankfield looking for Taven Bryant. That's what we need to do. Go, sip on your liquors at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, grab you a cigar from thehumidor.com and Pitchforks, and let's go help usher this menace up out of our stadium. It's got to stop. We're running around here giving participation trophies to first-round draft picks. Now, again, heed the warning. Don't do anything stupid. Don't go out there getting fisticuffs unless they're dishonoring the name of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Remember, our two heroes. If you come into these stands, you will catch these hands expeditiously. Hit me up on Facebook and tell me what you think. Mad Days, the voice behind the change.
Did you say pitchforks?
Pitchforks. Listen, don't do that because actually, now that I think about it, please. No, not pitchforks. Rakes, maybe a rake. Plastic one. No, not pitchforks, though. He's not that bad. He's just not a good football player. It's okay. It happens. Like, it happened to me. Like, you know,
pitchforks. Like, where did that come from?
I don't know, man. It's just, I was thinking
when
that.
Did ABC start carrying pitchforks?
They sell everything. They sell water. Nobody thought that. Everybody was complaining about how we were running out of water during a hurricane, and ABC had shelves of water.
Hey, on the real though, on the real, like you just mentioned something on there, folks. Please, if you're gonna go out tonight, please
safe.
don't make somebody else's 2021 start off with tragedy.
Right.
Like, do not drive drunk. Absolutely, do not drive drunk. We all got through this year together. Let's all go into next year.
Also, I understand. There's going to be libations flowing. It's a new year. You weren't lucky in 2020. You might have been a loser. And you just got your stimulus check. I get it. A little bit of money in your pocket. Probably the worst time to put money in people's pockets. Probably could have either done it earlier this week or next week. You could have waited. don't kiss a stranger during COVID.
That's
like let's just
I
chill
can
out.
tell
on
you,
that.
bro.
That's nasty in general to kiss people that you don't know at clubs and stuff because you don't know where their mouth's been. But like, let's just chill out.
I'm pretty sure that's not how I got it. I'm pretty sure I did not kiss a stranger. I'm positive of that. And I know that numbers say that a lot of people get this and get nothing, like at all. But I'm going to tell you guys, like this is stunk. Like, and I don't even have it that bad, right? Like I don't have any issues breathing or anything like that. So I'm not. I've got a ton of friends that are having major issues with this right now. But the whole like I've never felt this way before is really weird with this. I don't. I'm glad I'm getting this over with. I'm heading into 2021 with antibodies, fresh off of gallbladder surgery, so with a good stomach, I'm good to go.
Oh no, my bad. You said antibodies, not the antibiotics. My bad. As apparently you're not supposed to drink when you're taking antibiotics. It's bad for you.
No, and I have to take these sleeping pills that drinking kind of messes up.
I heard about this really good athlete who used to do that, but he wound up driving his car and parked on the side of the road right before a tournament. And he might have got hit with a 9-iron. He might have got hit with a 9-iron after one time. He dealing with
that. Hey, since we're leaving 2020 in the past, I saw this earlier on ESPN.com. The NFLPA, did you see this? I'm trying to get to it. The Cleveland Browns.
J.C. Treader.
Yes, this is crazy. He is wanting to basically, what he's telling the NFL is we need to do away with all mini camps and OTAs because we have proven that we can play a season without them.
Wow. That is that is a stretch.
Right? That's what I said.
It was okay football. Like I'll say NFL was better than college because there's more, because they're professionals. You can require more. But I'm also thinking that you've got a lot of guys that are going off of knowing how to be a pro. And what mini camps and OTAs and all these things do teach you is how to be a professional. But just imagine 4 or 5 years without that. Like, that's going to become
why in my
really
head,
sloppy.
I'm thinking, how does the Players Association get behind somebody saying this? Because those, you know how many people have gotten their first chance at mini camps and OTAs? You know how many people have flashed something that carried, into a special teams opportunity into training camp, stuff like that?
Talking for real stuff. Do you know what per diem is?
That too.
I was broke for real, man. Like per diem is awesome for when you ain't got no money. I ain't had no advance. That's why I couldn't opt out of bowl game.
You wanted the Best Buy gift card.
Yeah, man, we got the PS Vitas, or that was the first handheld. I had 2 video games for it. They gave us we had Little Caesars pizza. We had like all kinds of stuff that I was happy, excited for. I just stopped using some of that stuff. Like I still have my Gator Bowl leather travel bag. It's not really leather, it's pleather. Yeah, it's pretty good. Like that's a 2000. So I got that Christmas 04. So yeah, so it's 16 years old. Wow. Still got it. Still travel with it. Because I also know when I travel with it, ain't nobody stealing it. Because I know you had to earn that bag. It's only so many people can have that. But you gotta like that. Nah, you gotta do that, dude. And everybody's not gonna do what the Jags did, where you split up practices so that you can see somebody. Like, nah, man, that's stupid.
His point too, when I was reading it earlier, I don't have it in front of me, but his point was, well, we're the most physical major sport. We're the only ones that do this, that have an off-season like regimen. And I'm like, bro, some people are just so tone deaf. You know what I mean? Like you're not even done with your season, and you're already talking about you don't want to go back to work. And it's like, there's people out here trying to find. We always say you can't compare your life to athletes' lives. And we believe that wholeheartedly. But athletes need to listen to this. Like, you have got to have some level of just understanding where you are at. And you guys have got to stop saying stuff that makes you sound like idiots. And that's one of them. Like, you're not even done with your season. Your bank account is flush, and you're already making a scene about having to go back to OTAs 4 months from now.
Yeah, the problem, like the tone. And here's where athletes are jerks. This is the tone deaf part, what you were saying. Like your bank account, like you said, is flushed. And forget yours. I'm talking about the influx of rookies that are coming in, the people who are going to be working out to try to get here, who don't have that, who that $2,000 a week or whatever is going to be, that are going to look for that. Like that's going to be big money for them. That can't truly afford the big time workout to be able to have the trainer, to be able to have the rehab stuff, to be able to have those things. And you're saying this, forget your bank account. You're saying this while employed when millions of Americans aren't. Now, typically, like me, Denny, I'm so pro player that it probably aggravates people. But for you to be saying this where people are literally saying, please pass a stimulus package that really doesn't benefit me as much as it benefits everybody else, but that $600 to $2,400, depending on how many dependents you have, is like the difference between making it to the end of the year.
Right.
And not.
Right.
And you're saying I don't want to work? Come on,
right.
man.
And then the other thing
cool job.
Right. And the other thing that's short-sighted about this is the NFL, the reason why the TV contracts are so massive is because there's something to cover 12 months a year. They've spaced it out that way. When OTAs and mini camps happen, everybody's covering it. Like you guys have got to understand that you got to stay in the news. And if you just disappear for an off season and you have a combine, a draft, and nothing, it's long term. The game is not going to grow the way that it has continued to grow. They have dominated the news cycle and done an amazing and masterful job of making sure that we are talking NFL football 12 months a year. You're trying to take 2 or 3 months out of that. It's I don't know. It's frustrating. I'm like you, James. Normally I'll read something like that and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, he's got a point. I read that today and my mouth just dropped and I was like
nah, dog. Like, to be honest with you, the other part of it is, man, it's so difficult to learn this stuff. Like college offenses, like if the college offense is overcomplicated, that's on the coach for not being able to communicate it. There's no need to have all the verbiage that you have in college at some of these places. You're just really trying to be like the NFL. NFL makes sense. I get it. Like, because you're a professional now, but the way things are hit with you, like, and how fast you need those months in advance. Like, because if nothing else, you're going to get it. Just like, if somebody's going to get the wide receivers together, including the rookies, those rookies need to have at least seen it and had it explained by a coach. And then you have a few months over the summer where you guys can all get together and put it and jam together.
That's a really good point. Can you imagine? Yeah. Can you imagine being drafted and you get drafted? You probably still have a little rookie mini camp, and then the very first time you see the whole team is training camp. Can you imagine the anxiety and just like, wow, yeah, I had not thought about that, but you're right. You're right. I mean, it's time for some of these veterans to just kind of go, okay, yeah, you know what? They don't do anything there anyway.
You're a left.
We've been to OTA and mini camp practices. They don't do anything.
Well, a guy who's been to a lot of these over the years, it probably wouldn't mind if they did skip them all together. It's one Rick. What's a good one from Bartholomew Ballou. I like Bartholomew.
A 2-minute drill delivered by Moe's Southwest Grill.
Welcome to Moe's.
With Moe's Catering, they cook, deliver, and set up. Ready to get your party started? Order at moes.com/catering.
I'm going to be honest with you. This is weird as hell right now because I'm usually on the other side of this.
Yeah.
Rick is usually
Rick
is usually telling me, hey, what are you going to talk about?
Right.
Now I'm asking him, what in the hell are you going to talk about to end the school year?
Yeah. It feels that way. But we got a ton to do. But believe it or not, I actually love OTAs and I love minicamp because I enjoy going out there and watching the guys practice and perform. And it's great to be able to come in here and talk about it. And there's not an end result. There's not a win.
Yeah.
There's not a loss. And that's what I've always enjoyed about the offseason. And with Trevor Lawrence coming here, I absolutely want camps. I want the rookie mini camp. I want the OTAs. I want the regular mini camp. The more, the better. So let's hope that if this does happen, it's not coming up this year.
Well, and Rick's like the Cal Ripken too. Rick is like the Cal Ripken of this stuff. Rick does not miss a practice. Like James and I will float out there occasionally. Rick is there every single day.
Not this year. Not with Trevor Lawrence. I told Denny when that first happened, when we came in on Sunday show,
right?
I said, where Denny was saying, James, you're making us look bad because you haven't been to an OTA practice or a preseason practice. You have to show up to one.
Right.
They just gave us these passes. They would have to kick me out.
Right.
Because now it's exciting.
Oh, it is going to be exciting.
And
it's going to be unbelievable.
I'm going to flex.
Yeah.
I'm going to have I'm going to have the Tic Tac thing, whatever the thing that Denny, I'm going to get the app that Denny has, and I'm going to be recording Trevor, and I'm going to put like, dun-dun-dun-dun. I'm going to play some of this old Rock Thursday music behind it, try to get on Frangie's good side. I'm going to be reporting about everything.
Yeah, I mean, and it's probably, some bargaining. His point is a good one. They put out a good product this year. I thought it was a little bit sloppy as far as tackling, the lack of tackling because of the offseason. But then others will tell you that, for the most part, tackling doesn't really happen in practice anymore in the NFL. Those days are gone. So it'll be interesting to see what the NFL decides to do here.
Yeah, I think they're going to be like, players, you're full of crap. Like,
Yeah.
Hey, listen, we'll concede a lot, but we need this because, like Denny brought up, it makes the NFL a year-round viable product.
Absolutely,
and they've done a good job from basically you got playoffs that end in February with the Super Bowl, and then you're really not even taking a free agency.
March.
Combine.
But the combine is the end of February, and before that, you're talking about who should be the risers and fallers in the combine and free agency. Free agency all in March. The draft in April, and then OTAs like right after that. So they've done a good job separating the calendar to where they make just as much money in the offseason now because you're talking about it as they do in season.
Yeah. I mean, you could have 3 of the top 33. You could have 4 of the top 44, 45 picks. So you want to see those guys go out there and work. And, in a town like this where, professionally speaking, you have one major league team, we absolutely need it, although we all made it through last year with the pandemic. So I guess either way it will work. But my preference is absolutely to keep the camps going.
What you got going on this year?
We got all that. We got a lot, kind of a year in review. What an awful year it's been. We're going to reflect a little bit on everything that happened there. We'll set the table for both big games coming up tomorrow as well, plus the Jags on Sunday. So we're going to be packed here for the next 2 hours. Really looking forward to it.
All right, man. Look forward to listening to it because it's the flip side of it. So
there you go. Happy New Year,
Happy New Year, Rick.
Happy New Year to you
Danny,
as well,
hope you feel better, brother.
Appreciate you, man.
All right. That's Rick Ballou. He's coming into the night, coming on right after the Sports Den. You probably won't hear that again, at least this year. Well, Denny, what you got going on for the rest of the time? Man, got to be quick.
Man, I'm sitting here. I'm in quarantine. I'm sitting here. But happy New Year to you, my man. Great year. We made it through 2020. Another year in radio. We'll be starting our 6th when we come back.
It's crazy.
Happy New Year, guys.
Started with Saturday at crap time and ended up here, man. We're thankful for everybody. Thankful for the opportunities with the Frangie Show. I'm at Big Game James _36 for Andrew Gibson and Denny Thompson. We'll see you guys next year.